comrades, today is August 11, 2026, and the current time is 1917. Please note that the Institute is not responsible for excessive ear damage caused by not wearing proper ear protection. All Institute headgear is properly fitted with noise-dampening modulation accessories to ensure that all comrades are able to hear the professor's wonderful voice with the utmost clarity. That concludes today's announcements.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Whoa! Look! A game that we're playing with lots and lots of explosions. Oh boy, I've been looking forward to this one for quite some time. Welcome to Iron Nest, comrades. We played the demo of this like a bit ago, so I'm kind of glad that we're able to play this game proper. Let me just do the little Pokemon at the bottom thingy, mabobber. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll keep it on for now. So, welcome to Iron Nest. I've been looking forward to this game for quite some time. Although I was applying to get a key for this game so that I didn't have to pay for it, but unfortunately the developers, I guess, didn't ever respond back to my requests because I was like on Lurkit or something. But Alana graciously gifted a copy so that I were able to experience this wonderful big boom explosion game through twitch.tv and through youtube.com, through my glorious big brain strategies and quick maths operations that I'm surely going to be very good at. If you don't know what this game is, as an FYI, this game is very, very loud. So as an FYI, you're going to be hearing explosions, like a lot of big explosions. So just kind of be aware of that this game may or may not hurt your ears. So just keep that in mind. Oh my god, there's a cat option here. I forgot you can customize your cat, but we don't have that thing yet. So if you don't know what this is called Iron Nest Heavy Turret Simulator, where we basically control a big old turret in a kind of a pseudo alternate history version of the Spanish Civil War. No, I'm not going to max cannon volume because I would like to be able to hear things after this stream. So I'm not going to completely demolish my hearing, and I'm not going to demolish all of your hearing that quickly. Okay, we have to have a balance in the amount of hearing damage that we have. So let's just show you real quick what this game's about. So we'll do the first mission of calibration fire. We do have to start from the beginning. Oh my god, it is really loud. I forgot how loud this was actually. Actually, it might be easier if I didn't have the Pokemon at the bottom. Maybe I'll turn them off for today's stream. That way you can just really get immersed into this entire ridiculous experience. Let's do that. Let's turn off stream avatars for this. Okay, so welcome to Iron Nest. This is our Iron Nest, exactly what it says. It's a big old turret. Now, I have played this game before, but it's basically a giant mobile fortress with legs, and it has a giant cannon, and you're in the middle of a pseudo Spanish Civil War experience type deal for fighting for a country known as Castile. And you can kind of see the outside and all that other things too, but that's not really relevant. It's really big, it's really mechanical. This game is... We did play the demo of this when the demo was out during the Next Fest, and so it was kind of fun, like, okay, let's actually play this out. So if you don't know how this works, basically you're gonna have like missions here, right? And you're gonna have to like pay attention to what it says. Like, okay, we're gonna plot our firing trajectory. Here's our location, here's our target. And then we have to figure out how to do that. We need to fire an HE shell. So for example, now that we know the details, we can go to our big old map and we can be like, okay, so where are we actually located? So we're located at H355, which is already there. And our target is Q1. I'm gonna use this red one here, for example. Q442. So I'm gonna look for Q442, and then I just need to plot a shot all the way in that direction, and that's basically the general gist of the game. Very, very simple. The game does kind of make a lot of the math really easy. It's not really that complicated when you're trying to plot things out. It even tells you right here, like, okay, well, here's how you can plot all of your shots, and it makes it really easy. It's not like super difficult. So for example, like, okay, I know I need to go here, and I know I need to shoot over here. So I know that my bearing has to be 85.5, and I'm aiming for 80 or 8.9 kilometer a shot. And then you can just go here and you can start doing the math. So for example, all right, I know I need to plug in So like now you're gonna start to figure out like, okay, how do I actually figure this out? Okay, well I know that my target distance is 8.9 kilometers. I'm just gonna rotate this thing if I know how to rotate things, but apparently I don't. Anyways, before I do this, how have all of you been doing, gunners? Hopefully you're all having a good evening. Hello, Xanth and Akabi and Xanth and Airman Joker. I think I said Xanth twice, and Golden Run, Dark Pika, and Sun. Congrats to Sun for being first, although technically Zero was here first too. And Hayashi as well. Beer. See, okay, here's my hot take. I don't like beer. I've never gotten into beer. I know a lot of people are like really into it, but I could never really get into beer myself. Okay, so then, see, by plugging in all this information, it'll tell you, okay, well, here's how far you have to go for your elevation, and then things like that. And then now you just start loading in. So for example, okay, I know I need 2 charges for this shot, so I'm just gonna go here. And I'm like, okay, so we need high explosive shells, and I need 2. So I think it was like, we prepped the shot. Oh, that is really loud. Hold on, let's actually lower that a little bit. It's a lot louder than I thought. Let's drop it like 40. And then we're gonna do things like, all right, we're gonna throw in 2 powder charges, because that's what we calculated. Slap those in. Just like that. We're trying to fix the PC mods, and you're more or less content nothing breaks now. What mods are you using for Project Zomboid? I'd be kind of curious. Are you mostly using like vehicle mods, or is there something else that you're using? By the way, make sure you follow the directions on how to shoot. It basically is very simple. Read your orders, measure your distances, calculate your shot, load your shot, rotate your thing, elevate your gun, and then fire. I actually don't. So you actually don't want to use 6 charges, because it actually does change like how far your shot would technically land, right? So if you start using 6 charges, well, you're gonna go all the way up to like 30 kilometers, and it does also eat up more resources, because charges are actually not infinite. You actually do have a limited amount of powder charges, so you want to actually be careful how much you're using. Now this is just a tutorial, so this is basically just designed to be like, all right, we just got to get the bare minimum here. So I know I need to go like 53, so we're gonna crank this up here, and then while that's happening, we're gonna rotate the turret until we're at 50 or 85.5. Rotate this a little bit, just like that. Wait. Oh wait, I forgot there's this thing. This thing is faster. Oh, 85. Okay, we're 85 here. Is he a lower angle? Oh, I know. Oh, okay. I thought it you put more than it doesn't. I don't know. I haven't played the full version yet, so I need to stop that. I actually rotated this. I remember to count. I'm gonna be able to trust me. When I did the demo, I got fairly good at it, but obviously since it's just we're doing the tutorial mission, I'm just trying to at least show you, okay, here's how you play the game, so that you also understand what I'm doing as we try to do some of the more complex missions. I want to get to like the harder missions, because I thought the tutorial was really easy. The first 2 missions were fairly quick. Okay, so that's that. Okay, and we'll probably end up committing like a war crime or 2 by accident. Hello, Greywind, how are you? All right, we know the mission. Shells in high explosive. Bearing is confirmed. Elevation is confirmed. Gun armed. All right. Ready this shot. We're sealing the front window. You're fairly safe. Like, this area is very safe. Like, look at this thing. Do you not trust this giant metal shell to protect you? We're basically a giant iron turtle with guns. All right, you might want to prepare your eye. You might want to prepare your ears. There's a horn. What horn? Okay, close your ears. And then see, now you can see like, okay, here's where your shot's going, so you can track it as it flies over and hope that you landed or you aimed your shot correctly. Oh my god, there's a cat. There is enemy counter battery fire, yes. And when we did the demo, I did get completely blasted by it, because it's actually very hard to deal with. I think you can actually customize the cat, so I'm going to customize the cat once we're done watching this part. Yeah, say hi to the cat. I'm going to name him Bartholomew. This cat's name is now named Bartholomew, because that sounds very regal. Or Ferdinand, like France Ferdinand. Hold on. Wait, can I customize him? I'm surprised this game has like such a high resolution cat. Oh, here we go. Wait, yeah, you can actually customize the cat. That's so funny. Hold on. Yeah, I know the cat can be kept out of the top area, but I was like, no, I want to keep the cat in the top area. I think it's funnier that way. Hold on. All right, let's see here. We can even make it a kit. Oh, you can make it tiny. Okay, wait, hold on. All right, I'm gonna call this one. I don't know how to spell Bartholomew, so we're not gonna name it Bartholomew anymore. I'm gonna call you Vorin Klex after a certain character in Magic the Gathering. Oh my god, you can give him a hat? Oh my god, you can give him a hat! Wait, that's... Wait, that's so cute. Hold on. Oh my god, he's got a hat. Hold on, what else can I change? I can change the eye color. You can give him like really red eyes, just a little really ominous. Oh my god, there's so many patterns to this thing. I kind of like that one. I'll just kind of leave that alone. You can change his back arch. Oh my gosh, there's so many options. Oh my god, you can make it like a hunchback. Cheeks. Oh, you can make his cheeks like gaunt or like make it like thick. Wow, there's a lot of weird. There's a lot of crazy options. You can make him look tired all the time. That's kind of sick. All right, we'll keep it there. Say hello to Vorn Klex. I don't know what breed this cat is. I just know that it's a cat. That's the extent of my cat knowledge. It's a cat. Okay, that's all I need to know. And that's all most of us need to know. All right, so you get the general idea of how this works. And when you land the shot, you do get to see what's around where you shot. So you can kind of get an idea like, okay, did you hit things? Like, okay, so we hit the target, but we may have also committed some friendly fire. In fact, if we read this, calibration confirmed, we're ready to go. Quarters are located, now we go rest, and then we can continue on the actual fight. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no randomization button, although I do agree randomization would be a good option. Can you just grab him? Oh, you can. It's so funny because the animation is just kind of janky. It's just like, all right, so you picked up the cat. Congratulations. What do you want to do with the cat? Oh, hold on one second. I got to check something real quick. It's just so funny to look at. It's just so silly. Yeah. Oh my god, you're right. They do look human finger shaped. I don't like that. All right, you go right there. We're gonna go rest so we can continue and proceed. All right. The monstrous strike on Mercy Ward. Anti-monarchists detonated a bomb in the hospital's entry courtyard, murdering 163 citizens and maiming over 300 citizens. A brutal atrocity meant to be shattered at the very heart of Castile. The attack occurred during visiting hours, which has been described by the king as particularly unsporting. Interesting. All right, so at least we get some news. Okay. So I do remember this part, so that's fine. So now we're doing our first mission, Fire and Light. Intelligence has identified an anti-monarchist element operating within the city. Separately, High Command has scheduled a celebratory illumination over the Royal Palace to mark the General's Peace Initiative. Iron Nest has been assigned to both operations. Okay. I mean, I think hitting a field hospital would in fact be considered a little unsporting, wouldn't you say, old chap? Truly, the mark of someone who doesn't really understand how war is supposed to be played. How cruel by these terrible anti-monarchists. Long live the monarchy, long live Castile. Here's our orders for the day. A hostile element has been identified within the city. Triangulate the target's position and destroy it. Check adjacent typewriter for field reports. Okay, so we're at H3, H5. Our spotters are here and here, and we know that the bearing and bearing. So I remember this. I remember how this one works. Okay, so basically, we know where we are, which is H355, and we need to identify the targets. So we know the spotters, which we're going to use the blue one, and we know spotter. Yeah, this game is basically just all geometry. So if you know anything about basic geometry, it's just triangulating things, and it's not terribly difficult as long as you can kind of click fast enough to not explode. For example, like, oh, we gotta go 0847, and then the other one is M122. M1 is down here, and then all you gotta do is just literally put the numbers together. Okay, so that's easy enough. Oh, we need to go measure things. Okay, so I think it was that's measuring that. I can't remember. Okay, this one just measures direction. This one is the compass. Okay, so it's like, oh, okay, we know it's bearing 89 from spotter 1. So then I'm just gonna go spotter 1, and then I'm just gonna draw a nice bearing 89 degrees. So I'm just gonna go like right about. Try to keep it as accurate as possible, something like that. And then we're gonna go to the other one, and it's bearing 43, and then you just drag it all the way out here. Okay. And kind of once you get the general idea where you need to go, mostly just geometry accounting for drag. I mean, that's also true. And I'm a big numbers person. My job in real life basically involves a lot of numbers. So now we know where our target is, and then we're just going to go drag from here to here, wherever it intersects, which is like right around there. And now we have our bearing and our distances. See how easy that is? And all we got to do now is plug it in, use high explosive rounds, which is already here. So then we're going to calculate what we need to do. So I know that our distance is actually kind of far. It's 12.91. So we're probably going to end up with 3. We're going to end up with 3. Yeah, we'll do 3 charges. And then calculate the elevation. Fantastic. And then we're going to start prepping this. So the usual, get the shell in, prep our explosive powders. So we're going to do 3. So we're going to go... Oh my god, by the way, just look at how beautifully mechanical all these animations are. Look at that. 1 charge, 2 charge, 3 charge. Look at the giant Mentos blocks that we're preparing. Alright, then we're just gonna jam it in. Then we'll go over here, and then we're gonna prep this. Once it's fully loaded, then you can prep the shot. By the way, you can prep both cannons if you are doing a mission that requires you to shoot both of them. I've done a few of those in the previous time. Takes a hot second though to load. Oh god, it's so mechanical. I love it. Alright, and then we're aiming for 51, so we can probably just go right about, I want to say there-ish. So we'll let that run while we rotate to 50 to 65. I like to try to do, I like to multitask whenever I can to try to get multiple things happening at once. Cheese wheel cannon. It's a, yeah, look, you can even see the background like rotating as well, because yeah, you know, we're rotating the cannon. So there we go. We're just gonna rotate. We're just gonna fine tune the rotation to 65.9, and then we're just gonna refine this a little bit more until we're at 51.64. It's a, I mean, yeah, it's a very basic skybox. A lot of the, I think, the excitement of this is you have to kind of just make interpretations. Like, you remember that one game that was like they made a movie out of? Iron Lung. This is basically Iron Lung for war autists. Like, I don't even know how to describe it other than that. Like, this is unironically is basically just Iron Lung for war autists. Because you're in a closed room, you can only see outside very barely. Most of your information of what's going on in the outside world comes from essentially a screen that's not actually, you know, you're not actually looking outside. You're basically interpreting what's happening. So this is essentially Iron Lung for military autists. All right, let's get the shot ready. God, that feels so... I love how thunderous that sounds. And we can go over here, and we can just kind of see what's happening. All right, Shoevorn collects. I need to pay attention. I'm right. You know what? I'm right when I say that this is basically military autist version of Iron Lung. But look at it. Oh, look, I love seeing it. What did we hit? No, I'm pretty sure I hit it. Yeah, see? There we go. See, I killed a civilian riot. I was literally on point. See? That was so easy. Outside soldiers are playing battlefields, random parts of the map stop existing. Exactly, they no longer exist. 2 additional hostile elements have been identified. Destroy both before proceeding. Okay, so because now, hey, it's teaching you, hey, now that you know that things show up on the visual, you now need to also make use of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to knock these 2. I'm pretty sure the shot's wide enough if I aim like right here. We can double check that with this tool. So for example, if I'm using a high explosive round, you can see approximately where it's going to explode. So as long as I center this like right there, that should hit both of those. And then all I got to do is, well, plot this entire nonsense again, which thankfully should not be that difficult. I think the rotation is just ever slightly off. So the distance is just ever so slightly more, and then same thing as usual. So now we're aiming for 51.88, and then we're just gonna do the usual rotate to the next shot, slam that bad boy in. No. See, they're rioters. They are rioting against our glorious monarchist government. So if anything, they have rescinded their right to be civilians. Clearly they are bad actors, or terrorists, some might say. I need to emphasize that nothing I'm saying here is actually indicative of my real political beliefs. I am obviously playing up a character because this is funny. Exactly, rioting is against the law and against the monarchy, so it's not allowed to happen. Alright, well that's doing, let's rotate this ever so slightly to 68.1. There we go. And then the cannon's fully prepared, so we're gonna just aim for 1.8 again. I wrote heavy artillery versus civilian rioters is a normal appropriate response. Exactly, it's a very normal response. You gotta use what you gotta use to quell the uprisings, right? If you let one uprising exist, you're gonna let more uprisings exist too. There's a very good way to like really get in the mood by just like kind of looking and double checking your shots. Okay, so we need to just go slightly higher. 8. All right. Fire mission confirmed. Shell type is confirmed high explosive. Bearing is confirmed 68.1. Elevation confirmed 5188. Gun is armed. All right. Apparently now we're armed. And now we get to watch those rioters stop rioting. Listen, maybe we're not actually flinging high explosive shells. Maybe HE actually stands for happiness explosion shells. And we're gonna give these civilian rioters a dose of happiness. And that will make them stop rioting forever. That's how it works. That's how it works. Just believe me. See? Happiness. Yeah, exactly. Happiness explosions. Alright, I basically centered it perfectly, and they're both exploded. See? See how easy that is? Alright. Second fire mission is now authorized. High Command orders Starburst over the Royal Palace. This is a non-combat operation. Fire in the vicinity of the coordinates below. Ground observer will mark directions directly on impact recon photos. Adjustment repeat fire until... Okay. Got it. Yeah, we don't have a lot of the cool toys yet. Again, this is mostly just a tutorial mission, so just trying to get you prepared for how this works. Okay. Okay, so... Okay, our new quest is we need to... Okay, let's get rid of this one. Bearing for spotter. Okay, so let's go back here, and we're gonna have to figure this out. All right. So our new mission is, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Move this out of the way. Get rid of this. Okay, so our next goal is we need to fire illumination shells until we can bring glory to the palace. So let's figure this out. So again, a lot of this is just like, if you're just fast enough with just like trying to figure out like bearings, like, okay, 264. So you can generally assume it's going to be in like this direction. So you just kind of drag it out. I like to drag it out as far as possible, because if I only have a bearing, oh wait, I already have a direction. Okay, 64. Distance 6.88. Then we're just going to go 6.88, and then just 64 flat, which is going to go down. So that's about where we need to go. So then we're going to go here, red, to this. It's probably close enough. Okay. All right, easy. Yeah. So now we're gonna give them fireworks. So let's make sure we have the right shell active. Let's also make sure we have the right distance, because there's a lot smaller. It's probably gonna be a 2 shell. There's probably a two. What is it called? 2 charge. I'm sure there's a way to be a lot faster at this, but I'm weirdly specific about making sure everything looks correct. But the main reason why this matters is that the amount of charges you use kind of changes like the elevation of your shot. So for example, okay, with 2 charges, I'm at 41.28, because that's, you know, but if you put more power into it with 3 charges, for example, the elevation you need drops drastically. If you go all the way to 6, for example, like you only have to go like a 13-degree arc because you're using more powder, which can actually save you time if that's something that matters to you, right? So you can see 2, 3, and 6 all have like different elevation amounts. So in this case, that doesn't really matter too much, so we're just gonna go with 2 charges because it's the cheapest option. And obviously, as a proud member of Castile, we need to ensure Castile is not going to run out of money. Make sure I'm using... Okay, yeah. Make sure you use the right shell, too. I don't want to fling a high explosive shell. There we go. Star shells are what we look for. It even tells you right here. Select your shell, ram the shell, and you should be Gucci. Alright. It's almost like you need max charge for counter battery work. And yeah, you probably do, honestly, because they're going to be flinging them so fast at you that you need to find whatever option you have to not explode. Okay, we do need to rotate this like crazy. I think it's our rotation. Oh shoot, did I put the wrong distance in? Whoops. Okay, I put the wrong distance in completely. I would have completely overshot it. I read my own notes incorrectly, so let's quickly recalculate this with 2. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna drag this down to about 26. It should be around here. That was close. Okay, so we're aiming for 26, and we need to drag this all the way to 0. So let's go counterclockwise, and then we're just gonna quickly readjust this to 26.76. Okay. And then we're waiting for 0.8 degrees bearing, not 0.8. But yeah, this game was like on my list for a while, and apparently this was like the most popular game on the what do you want to call it? It was the most popular game during the Steam Next Fest, because I think there's just like a certain joy in playing those games where it's like, oh, you're just a worker doing worker things. That's why games like Farming Simulator are so popular. And this game is Farming Simulator for people who like big explosions. Yeah, you like those valves? Alright, so if I did this right, we should see an illumination over there. Yay! Okay, so clearly I was a little off, and now we just need to continue the direction. So basically what those yellow arrows mean, if I remember this correctly, is that it's going to tell me where I need to go next, right? So, okay, I need to go this direction, and I am 3.24 kilometers away from the target. So I'm going to then measure out from this. Am I back? Hello? Okay. I think I lost internet connection for like a second. Hello, I'm back. I'm not gonna die that easily. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. That was weird. Okay, so I got my new bearing. So let's make sure we use the correct shell here. How are you doing, Havel? Good evening. Hopefully you're having a good night. Look at our wonderful shenanigans. Alright. 1, 2, and this. God, I love looking at this. Look at how beautiful it is. Punches it in, and then all the screws and gears are turning to make sure it gets sealed up properly. Oh, look at how many metal screw bearings are in there. Alright, let's get this up and running. So I'm aiming for just a very slight adjustment. We'll let it spin for a little bit while we get this to 34. Just go like around here-ish. Oh, I almost got it. 34.08. And then this is the only one that needs to be adjusted until we hit 32.6. We can do that. Yeah, so we do need to close these up. There's a lot of valves. Very valvey. It's like a game that was something made by Valve, etc. There we go. And then I think that's correct. So star shell 34.08. Correct. Bearing is good. All right. Team to hide work. Ooh, I will have a lot of fun with the giant turd. I hope you have fun at work, or you don't die or suffer at work too much. I know a lot of people are suffering at work a lot. I know today I basically had a really bad headache all day. It kind of went away after I drank some caffeine. I'm pretty sure I have a caffeine dependency, which is probably not a good thing. But I have noticed that my body demands and craves the caffeine a lot of the time, and I think not having caffeine is bad for me. Ah, look at that. Look at that beautiful illumination. All right. Starburst position confirmed satisfactory. You have done well. Glory to Castile. Stand down until further instructions. So, God, I love his little hat. Animals are way cuter when they have hats on. Isn't it true? Don't you agree? Cats are cuter when they have hats. What is this thing? Oh, right. There's like a coffee making mini game, and I never really figured out how to do this. But it's like, okay, so you have to pick your roast, put a cup, and then you have to like balance the heat and pressure through the brewing, And then I guess pray that it's gonna be enough to do what you need it to do. It's like, okay, so for example, here's that, and then there's this one, and I have to like kind of balance these things so like it's correct. Okay, there's just gonna adjust that real quick. That's where I want that, and then this one slightly. Nope, we gotta go down. Yeah, it's like a really weird mini game where you have to like try to balance these factors. A little too far. And then I think we just have to wait until. Oh, I just realized there's a timer here. I think I completely missed the timer. All right, well that doesn't matter then. I'm gonna assume the coffee was bad because I didn't get an achievement. If I got an achievement, I probably did it correctly. Oh my gosh, what is this? The founding recruits. In honor of all who reinforced Castile's supply lines through Patreon before August 2nd. Oh, that's kind of cute. So they basically supported here's all the people that supported the game on Patreon. That's a lot of people on here. I wonder if there's anyone that I know. I don't think there's anyone I'm gonna like really know by name on here. You have to start all the way from the beginning. Hello, Ranu. Yeah, you have to start all the way from the beginning for this. Yeah, look at that. That's I like that. I love it when games do to honor the people who were early supporters. A night of celebration marred by atrocity. On an evening set aside to honor the general's continued pursuit of peace, the anti-monarchists remind us all that no such pursuit concerns them. Their only correspondence arrives written in the blood of innocence. Bread prices stable except for explosive. General affirms commitment to peace. Traitors are temporary. Castile is permanent. Walk around them proudly. All right. There's a lot of interesting lore bits on here. I'm not going to read them all, but you can tell it's taking place in 1927, so it's like, yeah, it's basically Spanish Civil War shenanigans going on. Okay, so we are getting the cool punch cards we need. I mean, I am fairly quick at this. Like, here's our first real mission, Liberation. I think when we played it last time, Liberation was the only full mission you had access to, so now we get to do it again. And it only took us like 30 minutes to get through the first 2 tutorial missions, so it's not that bad. And yes, Ron, if you haven't seen, you do get a cool cat. Look at him. I have named him Vorinclex. And you can, in fact, pick up the cat if the thing stops shaking. Although, it looks really funny when you're carrying him. Gonna bring him up with me. There you go. Alright. Do what you want, little buddy. Oh, there's actually more music tracks now, too. Let's see. Oh, this one looks ominous. I think we listened to this one last time. Hold on. What's the other one? I think I heard one of these I heard before. I think they're very similar, if not the same. Okay. All right. The city is to be cleared of hostile elements. Destroy 5 hostile infantry units within the designated urban sector. Use the requisition console. Spotter bearings are accurate to within 0.5 degrees. Let's see. Request additional intel of solution seems uncertain. Reposition complete. So we are at I-653. Okay, so we have to plot everything. Got it. Let's lower the record player. And let's start plotting out our mission, shall we? So we know where this is. Let's get the spotters figured out. I'd like this to be correct like this. Okay. Infantry 1. Oh boy. All right. This is... Okay. Let's see. We're just going to copy all this. There's a lot of notes, so I want to make sure we have as much notes as possible, because it's better to have more notes than not enough. Okay. Who's ready to do math? Who's ready to do war math? All right, so we are located at I-653. You accidentally killed an allied spotter. How did you manage to accidentally kill an allied spotter other than maybe you messed up your coordinates? I-653, which was right around down here. Okay. All right, spotter 1 is located at G10. I think one of the interesting changes, I believe in the demo, the spotters were 100% accurate in like the information that they gave you. So I think in this version, they're not like they said it can be off up to 0.5 degrees, which isn't actually that big of a deal for the most part. But if you're doing like if you're compounding multiple, you know, bearing intel reports, it's possible that, you know, 0.5 could escalate multiple times, and that could be a problem. Now, I think for this mission is probably not relevant. Honestly, the hardest part is quickly identifying like the map and triangulating your you know, your firing solutions. Okay, we're at 1-0, which is down here. Okay, and then so we gotta start doing all this bearing nonsense. Okay. So infantry 1 is bearing 251 from spotter 1. So we'll just do this 251, which is around here. 251 is a very interesting direction. Now they did say it's in allied territory, so my guess is that it's probably gonna be somewhere in this region. 293 from spotter 2. 293. Yeah, okay, so that's probably target 1. Kind of plop that there. I'd like to make sure we have all of our bearings figured out before we do anything else. Okay, so 345. This one is almost like direct north. 3, 4, 5. Just drag it all the way out. 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then 275. So it's right around there. Yep, right near that beautiful gate. Okay, and then we're looking for the third bad boy. All right, because you have to remember the explosion radius of the high explosive shell is really, really wide. Like, in case you need a reminder, here's how much your armor-piercing shell is. You have to be kind of on point. Your high explosive and APHE is really big. Your HCHE is really big. And I'm pretty sure this last one is just a nuke. But I doubt we're going to end up using the nuke tonight. So if we do end up using a nuke, that'll be very impressive. I need... Oh, interesting. Okay, so this last one, we only know the distances. So the distance one is actually really easy too. So one way to do this, right, is if I know that it's 0.507, we can use the compass to kind of triangulate it. 507. Something like that, just slightly. I need to adjust it slightly. Okay, so 0.507, like this. And then I know the other one is 0.514. So the problem with this now is that we have two potential spots where this could be. Now, my guess is that it's probably over here, because it's one of those 2 points, but I cannot identify it yet. So let's at least do let's do 1 and 2 first, and then we'll figure out 3 later, because we'll get more information as we continue to do this. If we get nukes, I'll be very impressed, but unfortunately we don't have nukes yet, which is a little sad. Also, if the music gets annoying, let me know and we can change the music up. Okay. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna destroy the obvious targets first. Okay, so we don't have any shells. We have some powder charges, which is great. Okay. Actually, what we could do is we could just do a scout flyover. We have 300 units to use, but I think we'll hold off on that. Okay, so probably we'll just do 2 high explosive shells. First, let's go 1. Oh, right, we have access to 2 magazines now. That's right. We have both of them. Whoa, that's crazy. Okay, well, that doesn't really matter too much. We need 2 high explosive shells in each one. These are kind of pricey, so we better make them count. Okay, so that's fine. And then I don't think we need the rest of these right now, so that's okay. So let's go plot these out. So I know, for example, that... So you don't need to do this one specifically. The main reason you would use this is that it helps you remember your... this one is mostly to help you remember your... like your plots, right? Like your planning operation. So for example, okay, I know that my bearing to target is... what is this? 295, right? So we can do the left one as target 1, and we'll do the right cannon as target number 2, and then you can kind of just once you get your information dialed in, I can do this correctly, which apparently I'm not able to because I'm really bad at this game. And I think once you get better at the game, you can probably start to memorize approximately how far you need to go, and you don't have to rely on exact numbers. However, because I'm still new to this and I like having exact precise measurements, we're going to be doing exact, precise measurements. So, does that bother you? I hope not, because that's how I roll. Oh my god, that's like super specific. Okay, so then this is 0.6. I really think this game needs multiplayer. Like, if this game had multiplayer and you and your friends could all work together, that would be sick. Like, that would be one of the coolest experiences, I think, in a game of this type. But unfortunately, no multiplayer yet. Maybe at some point we will. Close this, so we don't actually fall. Okay, so what we'll do is, I don't remember which one was which. So we'll just do left and right. Okay, so 1, 2. Then we'll same thing on the other one. I'm not gonna do valve failure rate with more players would be fun. I think with only one person it's a little it's just more busy work that I don't think is really necessary. So that's why I'm not doing anything like that. Okay, this is pretty far, so we'll just let that rip all the way. I mean, 3 players in a single crew I think would be perfectly fine. It's basically like a giant tank crew, right? And I think that'd be pretty exciting. Okay, I need this to go to 43 about, and the other will want to go to like 39-ish. Okay. So, I overshot it. Overshot it a little bit. We're aiming for 295, so I'm just going to rotate that slightly. Okay, just a little hit. 295. This one is almost correct, so we're just going to adjust this to 43.68. If I was being fast, I could probably do this really quickly, but again, we're being relaxed. I guess technically I should do all of this, but it doesn't really matter. Alright, that's the left cannon fired, and it's going to reset to loading position. The other one we're going to now adjust to the correct bearing, or the correct elevation, 39.36. And we'll just also make sure we're in the correct bearing. You might want to use max charges to fight against the artillery. So I think we will. Yeah, I'm aware that like once you get to higher difficulties, the amount of enemies that you have to like rapidly, acquire targets and start blasting gets really crazy. And I will try to do one of those missions today because I want to show you, I guess, how hectic this type of experience can get. 39.36. High explosive shell. Elevation confirmed. Arm the gun. Pull the horn of justice. Press kaboom. The sounds of explosions in the morning, watching those foul rebels explode. Oh, there's actually another rebel a little further out. I did not see that other rebel until now, so I gotta take another shot and just maybe extend the other one a little bit more. Am I bombarding, son? We are definitely bombarding. Thanks, Alana, for gifting this so that we can experience this wonderful explosion experience together. Okay. By the way, here's our cat. I named him Vornklex. Yeah, I was saying earlier this game would be really good in VR, or even not just VR, but like multiplayer would be a really fun way to experience this type of game. Okay. Conduct recon flight over grid P4, sure. Why not? Let's do scout plane. They said grid P4, right? Oh, wait. Oh, there's so many, like, fiddly valves you have to do. E4. Didn't give me a bearing direction, right? Okay, just do straight over. Yeah, you can customize the cat a lot. Like, there's a lot of ways you can customize this poor little critter. You can change their hat, you can change their eye colors, you can change their back, you can change how rotund they are, whether you want them rotund or like a stick, or you can make them skinny fat, I guess, depending on what you're like. If I cranked up all the thickness bars, this would be a very chunky cat. You can also make him kitten sized. Okay. What did I do? All right, we're doing this thing, right? Okay, so we know what the targets are. Okay, so urban sectors. Okay, so we already know where 3, 4, and 5 are, which is easy enough. Okay, so we just have to plot firing solutions. Okay, let's plot firing solutions for these real quick, so this hopefully shouldn't be too bad. We'll hit this one first, which I believe was 3, and we'll hit the other one real quick, which was like... There we go, perfect. Okay, so let's get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, and then I know the third firing solution we need to prepare at some point, so we'll also just... Oh, shoot, was I in the wrong spot? I was. Annoying. Gotta be in the center. Gotta be in the center to have the most accurate of shots, right? We want to make sure we're accurate. So let me think. So I know I'm gonna need one more AP. I'm gonna need one more HE shell, which will put on the left one, and I'm gonna need at least one AP shell on the right one to handle the other target. So make sure that's all loaded up. All right, let's see how fast I can prepare these shots. Okay, so why do I have? Okay, so these are the incorrect ones. Let's prepare the other high explosive shot, which is going to go right there. Look at that beautiful urban city that's about to get cratered. Welcome. Oh, you can tell you where it is. Cartagena, the eastern line. Also, my eye is very itchy. 1 second, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, my eye's been like... My entire day, I've just been like dying of something. Mostly, it was headaches earlier. Now my eye is itchy. I am a walking disaster of just random problems regarding health for some reason, and it's very, very silly. A lot of the smoke has kind of gone away, I think, for the most part. Although, you know what did happen today? Apparently there were tornadoes in my area, which was fun. I sent Ray a message, and she's just like, good luck. And I'm just like, thanks. Yeah, we had a lot of tornadoes in this area, which was a little spooky. Thankfully, it didn't actually hit me or anything, so I was perfectly fine. But if you were in that area, that would probably suck. All right, we're looking for 75.7. There we go. Okay, calculate this one. Okay, we'll just do 2 charges each one. So this is for those 2 targets. Okay, that's fine. So let's get this ready. This is the high explosive shell. Slam that bad boy in. Solo. I don't want that one. Give me the other one. Slam that bad boy in. Right. 1 charge, 2 charge. 3 charge, 4. If anything, I'm mostly okay. Ray's the one who's probably dying because she's always telling me when she's dying, and I think right now she said she's probably not in the bestest of experiences right now. So okay, I'm gonna hope I did. I hope I loaded these correctly. So we're gonna do the 7.6 first. Okay, whoa, this one needs to be 36. This one needs to be 45. Right around there. Okay, so let's let that rotate a little bit while we get our bearings correct at 176.9. I hope you can all hear me, by the way, because again, this game is painfully loud. It's kind of close. A little bit of fine tuning to get 36.12. Perfect, okay. Check, check, check. Okay, 36.12, 2769. Arm the gun. Pull the horn. Barely you can hear me. I was mentioning this earlier, but this is essentially... This is basically Iron Nest for military LARPers and military autists. Like, that's the best way that I could describe this game. Oh. There is, like, people, like I said, people enjoy playing work slop games all the time, or like those casual games where you're just kind of like, I'm a farmer. This is the same exact thing, but it's for people who like big explosions and mechanical guns. I mean, there's a lot of people that I think would enjoy playing a game like, you know, that other one, that like PvVK that's coming out, I think sometime next year, which I think this game was actually inspired by, but this game just came out first, which is kind of funny to think about. 45.6, 7. Okay, good. All right, arm, fire. What is Pax Autocratia? Do I need to look this game up? I don't know what this game is. Hold on. Pax Autocratia. What is this? Make sure I actually hit my targets, by the way. I did not pay attention to my targets. Yeah, this might be important, huh? Alright, so these shots are done if I did this correctly. By the way, tabbing out of the game does kind of mute the game, which is kind of annoying. So I was like, alright, let's just tab out and see what we're talking about here. Excellent. Target has been eliminated, and I did not hit my civilian targets. Oh yeah, I'm so good at this. We didn't hit a civilian. I did the bare minimum. All right, let's blow this one up too. That's gonna require AP because that is a, let's see here, a supply cache. Okay, but they were spies. No, they weren't spies. The ones we hit weren't spies. I'm pretty sure it's gonna need 2 charges, so let's get at least 2 charges in here real quick. So we got to do the bearings. Yeah, I think with multiplayer, this game and like yelling at your friends about like, oh, do this bearing, do this distance and this angle would be pretty sick. 2 high explosive. We're going 254. Oh, what's wrong? Wait, 254 what? 0.6. Okay. While that's happening, let's get our... I know one of these... Look at this one. I know that's an AG shell. I have an AP shell over here. This is the AP shell. This is going to be for the rear side one. This is going to be for... Yeah, this is going to be for the big kaboom one. Blow that bad boy up. Okay, while that's happening, let's quickly have this rotate slightly so I can... that a little bit while I try to plug this in here. So our bearing is 107. Like a lot of this game is like, how much can you multitask, right? Okay. I think we need to... no, so we're still fine. Okay. 107 to a distance 677. So we're just gonna do that real quick. 2 charges. Okay, prepare, give me a firing solution. Okay, here. Perfect. We actually stopped just barely right at the right direction. So 254 6. Yeah, I'm basically just trying to multitask everything to make this a lot, you know, like why not, right? I feel like you should multitask. This game, I feel like, rewards people who multitask effectively. So why not pretend like I can multitask? I may not be able to multitask in real life because I'm easily distracted, but at the very least, I can do so in my funny video game. Truly one of life's greatest mysteries. 162. Perfect, okay. So this should be for the left firing solution, which is the high explosive shell that we're aiming for. 3150, 254.6. Fire left cannon, kaboom. All right, and then we're going to get rotating all the way to 107, which is going to take a hot second. So we'll just max speed that and make sure we're at the right elevation. Just gonna... God, I just love how... I love looking at all the pistons and seeing how mechanical... Like, even look at the whole base of the turrets just rotating. It's so nice. I might need to change the music though, because the music's getting a little grating. There's only so many tracks, I guess, that are available to the player. So, just turn that off. Let's put on the other one. Hope the game lets me unlock more music, so I'm not listening to the same tunes the whole time. Honestly, this would be the type of game I could see myself playing without any music on and just embracing the sound of steel, the sound of machine. Cannon ready with AP round 40.62, 107. Ready, ready, ready. Elevation confirmed. Gun armed. The warning horn. I think I did the artillery assault challenge previously. When the demo came out, there was like a challenge where you had to like move as fast as possible, and it was a lot of fun. Like, I remember doing it. All right. Make sure I aimed this correctly, and this should go kaput. Let's hopefully we don't hit any hospitals. Yay! Kaboom! Sector cleared. Local garrison will consolidate from this point. Stand down until further notice. Glory to Castile. Alright. We did it. I'm the best. But yeah, I remember like when this first came out, got announced, I thought I was gonna have to literally plot firing solutions with with trigonometry. which thankfully that isn't how this game works. But can you imagine a hard mode where you didn't have the triangulation device, like the device that tells you like how far you need to aim, like what elevation you need to aim, and you had to calculate it manually by hand? That would be like that should be a hard mode, the true mathematicians mode, and you take into account like the weight of the shell and everything. Oh my god, that would be crazy. Ciudad Real, December 19, 1927. The royal city is restored to the crown this morning as the general drives the anti-monarchist occupation from its streets. His Majesty, the King, was pleased to learn is mostly intact. For sale children's toys. Recovered from various locations, cleaned and ready. Insurance home revised terms covers fire, flood, and sudden relocation. Does not cover unspecified impacts. Previously owned hats, pre-ventilated headwear, ensures smooth airflow to the brain. Oh, there's an achievement. Wait, I missed one. Completed the mission requisitioning the minimum assets necessary. Really? What is the minimum assets you need for this? Huh. Oh, you know what? You can do this like one less shot in theory. I'm pretty sure this can actually be done with one less shot. Okay, skirmish or the actual plot, which is counter battery, which is the one we're gonna do now. A hard mode where you have to do actual calcs, but in multiplayer it would be hilarious, and I would love that. I think that'd be amazing. Because like legitimately, that's what I thought. I didn't realize like until I played the demo that there's an actual device that like calculates like that type of stuff. I thought the game was just gonna give you like a bunch of weights and formulas and just tell you, get some paper, good luck. Enemy forces have deployed artillery across the river in response to the recent operations. This was anticipated. Iron Nest has been cleared for active engagement under direct fire conditions for the first time. All right, and we awaken to the Iron Nest moving. I think. Are we moving? No? Are we staying in one spot? Very well, cheerio. Where's the lights? Do I have to turn this on? Oops, wrong one. Okay. Alright, restore the master power switch to on. Oh, wait. Oh, there's like, you have to find the random music, things. That's kind of neat. Okay. Yeah, we found new tracks. Oh, let's listen to the new tunes. It's just more military marches. It's all marches. It's just all marches. Enemy forces deployed artillery across the river in response to recent activity. This was anticipated. Eliminate all identified artillery assets and destroy what remains in detail. Counter battery will commence once the first shell lands. We're at ice. Okay, so let's get all of our information. Spotter assets are here, here, and here. Okay, artillery 1 is here. Artillery 2. Oh, fantastic. I can actually highlight multiple. Okay. Oh my god, this is definitely an option. Bear 3. So, oh no, trust me. I know how to do this. I'm not that bad at game. I have played many games where math is required. I've played Final Fantasy XIV, and that's a game where a lot of people apparently don't understand the concept of prime numbers, which is utterly surprising to me. To be fair, that's a mechanic where if I've also done in Final Fantasy XIV where I forget how the mechanic works and then I end up dying because I'm like, how? I know what a prime number is, I just don't know what tile to step on. All right, spotter 1's at R10, 06. I don't think I like this march. Would you, okay, how about this? Would you rather listen to music or would you rather listen to my beautiful voice? That's the real question we should be asking. It has bird awake. I mean, can you imagine there are random events like birds that just get in the way of your shots? Although I'm pretty sure a, you know, multi-hundred-pound shell flying through the sky isn't going to be interrupted by a bird. I think the bird is going to be interrupted by the shell. So I'm not terribly concerned about that part. Let's see, this 88 is here. You want the music? Okay. Spotter 3, M141. M1 is down here. 41. Oh my god, I don't know where 41 is. Okay, there we go. I forgot that it counts 00 in the top left, bottom left, and 99 on the top right, which it does actually make sense. It was just taking me a bit of a brain fart to figure it out. Okay, so artillery 1 is bearing 167. Thankfully, I'm not on like on a timer right now, so I can kind of just take as much time as I need to get my calculations in order. So that's not too bad. You know, why rush, right? Like, what's the saying? What's the saying that people always have? Fast is smooth and smooth is fast, or something like that. Okay, so we're bearing 105, which is about sub 90. So this would be around here. So it's approximately right around there. Okay, we're looking for 88 from this one. Which is going to be about almost a flat 90, almost 90 degrees. And then 164. Let's see. So 164 would be like right around here. Ooh. Just slightly off. Okay, that's fine. So in that case, I know artillery 1 should be approximately here. Let me just make sure. Let me put the markers now before I forget. So we'll do there. Number 2, I'm pretty sure I have to take a bit of a guess, but I can probably just drag. I can't drag it, so it's going to be like right around here. Okay, and then artillery 3 is going to be distance. Oh god, I have to do this one. Okay, got it. There were math mechanics in Blade and Soul. I don't remember anything like that, but I may not have gotten that far in Blade and Soul. 9.11. And then 4.61. 495. Now I believe all the assets are across the river, so realistically, I'm pretty sure. I think we can extrapolate that the third artillery has to be like around here. I'm pretty sure that's what the detail said. Yeah. So we can make the assumption that it's going to be across the river in all these scenarios. So if I know I'm at I-653, we can just drag to each of these. So we'll do in order of 1, 2, and 3. All right. I don't know how many shells I'm gonna need, but let's assume 3. So we'll do the usual. I think we'll do 2 on left, 1 on right. What are you throwing at me? Also, did the throwing thing not work? Here you go. I don't know why that didn't work. You get 35 for 8 stack of debuff. Bullseye with 3 rings appears in second ring. Center ring moves 3 stacks. Middle ring removes 2. Outer ring removes 1. Bullseye plus 3 if you have when you die. If your turn moves 1 section, you die. If the person. Everyone that group dies. Okay, let's check my Discord. I assume I'm checking my Discord because you sent me something. Like how Ray's trying to just get my attention so I can see photos of Bo, which is the cute little dog. Let me make sure this thing is connected. I think the connection broke when I lost connection. Let me just close Tits, I guess, and reopen it. Shouldn't take that long. The first pulse, second pulse. Oh, okay. That's a really short timer to figure that out. I remember, like I said, I still remember a lot of like Final Fantasy XIV mechanics where people just don't know what they're doing. Alright, I don't like this track. It's a little too ominous choir. Let's put on this one. There we go. Alright, let's figure this out. Okay, so I need 3 high explosive shells. We'll do stamp that one. Stamp that one. I don't remember what I played in Blade and Soul, honestly. I still think my favorite MMO with, like, my favorite tanking mechanics, unironically, was Terra. Terra had some of my favorite tanking mechanics. It's a shame Terra is a game that no longer exists, I guess, in any meaningful form. But I definitely enjoyed Terra back in the day. I'm not sure if anyone else played Terra, but I definitely did. I played an Ellen Lancer, and it was really cool. Okay, we gotta do the bearing of 104. I'm just gonna prepare all my firing solutions now so I don't have to like rethink this. Okay, I'm gonna hope that these shots are on point. So this is gonna be shot 1. And then shot 2 is 12.24. Oh, that's even further. 12.24. Let's see. 12.24. Bearing 113. Again, I don't technically have to do this, but I personally like doing this because it just makes managing my my shenanigans a little better. Okay, so that's fine. And let's get the third one going, which is going to be distance 11.5. It's okay. At least I can get my tanking fix in Final Fantasy XIV, the hit MMORPG that I still need to finish the MSQ patch quest of, that I will totally do before Evercold, even though I kept saying that for months, and we're already in August, and we're slowly approaching September, and I might not be able to actually finish it in time because I'm going to keep procrastinating until literally December comes around, and then it's going to be January, and I'm like, oh god, I have 1 week to finish, you know, essentially 2 years worth of patch quests. Hey, Ray still hasn't even finished Dawn Trail, so at the very least, I'm ahead of her. I still get my 14 card because of that. I get to keep my Final Fantasy 14 card. All right, let's get these shots loaded. I'm gonna prep you. I'm gonna prep you. I'm gonna lose it. Why am I gonna lose it? I haven't done anything that caused me to lose it. Are you gonna catch up? Do 104 first, so we'll just do that, and then slam this in. Who's the certain someone catching up? You? I'm still ahead. I'm still ahead. I'm still winning. I still get to keep my 14 card. Actually, I probably should have done this in reverse order. Hold on. Yeah, I think I should have actually started from 3 up, because then the rotations are a little, what's it called? Makes a little more sense. 89.3. Oopsies. Okay, so we're gonna do this first one first. 89.3. What if I just don't do a lot of stuff? Okay, so we'll do, this must be 45 exact. Shot number 2 is gonna be the first one, which is gonna be 104.5. So we'll go down about here. Listen, it will be done eventually. It'll be done eventually, that's all I'm gonna say. Let's see, did I get 45 on the dot? No, I was a little off. I don't want to miss the elevation up, so we'll fix that real quick. 45, and then this one we're aiming for a 41.72. Okay, so right around there. All right, we gotta hit 3 shots basically back to back with perfection. What if I just don't do this? Like, what actually happens? Nothing bad's gonna happen. Why is it going away? What? Oh. No. Give me my control panel back. Give me my control panel back. I will finish it. No. You have to have faith in me. I'll finish it. What is this? While advancing, I fell into one of your footprints outside Ciudad Real and twisted my ankle. While I was trying to climb back out, a shell landed where my squad was standing. I am now the only one left. I can still hear them. I don't know if I'll ever stop hearing them. Everyone keeps telling me I was lucky. My mother would have said it wasn't luck. She would have said God put that hole there to save me. But God didn't put that hole there. You did. Tomas. Thanks, Tomas. Well, it's at least fire mission confirmed, shell type confirmed, bearing is confirmed, 89.3, elevation confirmed, gun is armed, now it is fire left cannon, 45. Okay, and now we're gonna go here and we're gonna immediately start rotating to 104. I'm not even gonna double check my work, I'm so confident that my shot is gonna land exactly where it's meant to land that I don't even need to look. Because as soon as that shot lands, it's gonna start exploding, so this should be 104.5. Okay, and then we're going to 4172. Perfect. Okay, so then we're going to ready the right gun and fire. Okay, so these 2 are done. Let's do the last one now, which is going to require us to jam in the next shot momentarily. See, look at that. I have 5 minutes until the counter battery. Yes, sorry. 5 minutes indeedio. All right, let's just get that going. So we're gonna go. Please tell me I used the right shell. I just realized I didn't check to see if I was using the right shell. I was. Okay, good. All right. Fantastic. I am not an idiot. I did not get myself killed by accident. All right, slam this bad boy in. We're aiming for 113, so we'll just rotate this a little bit. Okay. Then we'll go bing. Bang, 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 boom. Oh, overshot that a little bit. It's fine. Okay, jam it in. But yeah, like, I'll complete it. I'm a good 14 player. Just like how I keep saying I'm going to finish my house in Final Fantasy 14. But I don't know if anyone pays attention to Final Fantasy 14 drama, but there's been like there's been this plugin that a guy keeps making constantly, and it's like a soccer plugin, and every time that it gets like removed or he takes it down because of the backlash, he brings it back under a different name every single time. I think there's a new one that came out recently where it's like, oh, track all the players you played with in Party Finder so that you can, you know, stalk them forever or criticize how bad they play the video game. And I'm just like, this seems a little extreme. I don't even play 14 optimally. I'm a paladin, and I've been a paladin for like 10 years, and I'm like, I suck at the game, I'll be real. What's a rotation? I'm entirely vibes based. No, I'm joking. I actually do know I do my rotation. I'm not that bad. 113.8, 4896. Bang, 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 boom. Kaboom, kaboom, fire. No, it's not supposed to be a feature. So the original versions of a lot of those like early mods were even worse. A lot of the earlier ones were like, hey, do you want to track every single person you ever encounter and put it into a database? It was basically Flock for Final Fantasy 14, and every player who had the mod installed was the Flock camera, tracking every other player's movements, and you would track like, oh, all their names that they've like if they changed their names and stuff like that. Yeah, it was like if you just walk to Limsa Laminsa with that mod, you would just add every single person there to a massive database. It's very, very silly stuff. Okay. Oh, glory to Castile. 4 hostile units remain across the river. Consolidate the sector. Okay, we don't have to worry about counter battery anymore, which is great. Problem is I don't know where the targets are, so we need to figure out where those targets are. They said there's 4. We know where 2 of them are. And we know they're both across the river, so let's see. Let's see here. I have an idea. Why don't we do this? Let's try this strategy. Since... oh, wait, hold on. What can I use here? AP Shell Scout. Oh, I have an idea. Here. Why don't we use a... oh my god, I have incendiary shells. They do cost... wait, hold on. What's the radius of an incendiary shell? Probably not that wide is my assumption. We don't have to use the incendiary, although it'd be kind of tempting. Let's just use HE for now. Okay, so here's my thinking. Why don't we do this? Let's do left, and then on the right I want a high explosive shell. Let's figure this out. There's no feature is good. They're literally abused by people who creep on girls and shit. Oh yeah, exactly. That's why I'm saying it's not a good feature, but people are like, oh, this is just a normal mod, so you can look and... I think what he was calling it was like, oh, you can use this mod to track your missed connections, like it's a Craigslist ad for some reason. And I'm like, this just sounds incredibly weird and super sus. And I think part of the problem is I actually don't mind mods in 14. I remember because I actually use some myself strictly for housing shenanigans. But obviously that's not a good reason necessarily, but I'm just saying that's what I use it for personally. And I think some of these people are probably going to try ruining it for the rest of us, which is a little tragic, who actually do enjoy using things for their intended purposes. Okay, here's my logic. What if I shoot this one first? But I'm also going to fire a star shell that's like right around halfway through this, like maybe around here. It's around the same bearing, and we can kind of finagle this. I think would be fine. And then I know I'm going to need a third shot, which is going to be like right around here. So let's make sure that's ready as well. So, okay, so I have a 10, 2, 3. And this is going to be just so I can track my firing solutions here. This is a high explosive round with a bearing of 90.6. So we'll just fix this a little bit. 90.6. Okay. And then we're gonna have a star shell so that I can use that to eliminate the targets. There's a lot of shells in this that were not in the demo, and I'm very interested to know what some of these do. I know there's a nuke shell. I really want to know what the nuke shell is. Okay, we can probably use that. Yeah, I guess we should use 2. Let's just do 3 charges for everything. I don't have to think. Okay, so this is the star shell. So that's 1, 2, and then I need my 3rd firing solution, which is going to be located 972. And then this is going to be an HE shell, just so I can make sure I'm firing the correct shell. Bearing 878. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so those are my 3 firing solutions I got. Right now we have access. Okay, so if you want to see here, right? So we have. Oh my god, I'm seeing a lot of spooky ones. Okay, so empty, no shell. Armor piercing, high explosive. I have no idea. I have no cyanide, a shell, I assume. Drill, I don't really know what that means, but I assume it's like a underground boring shell type thing. I assume this stands for earthquake. Flechette, I guess. I don't know what this one stands for. High explosive, incendiary. I don't know what LE stands for. Don't know what that one is. Pathogen, I assume this is what that is. Don't know what PRPG is either. SMK, smoke. Star shell is your flares. Tear gas, thermobaric, and I don't know what WP stands for, but we can pretend it stands for, like, I don't know, world plattering or something. I don't know. World plapping shells. Okay. So I know star. Okay, so stars on the left, explosives on the right. So we're gonna have these fire together. We'll do 3 and 3s. That's fine. Now let's get this rotating towards the right direction, which is 90.6. So let's rotate this. Okay, so we're gonna go bing, bang, bang, boom. Bing, bang, 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 boom. I actually am kind of curious what housing upgrades Yoshi P is gonna tease us, because I would be very interested to see what they got. Exactly, the shell that claps the cheeks of heaven, or claps the cheeks of heaven, depending on what word you want to use. I can't take the word clap seriously anymore because of the context that it's been used in certain media. And every time I see that word, I'm just like, oh god, these people are degenerates. But at the same time, it's really funny to say sometimes, so I kind of get it. Alright, star on the left. Getting a little close. 25.56, so very close enough. Okay. We're gonna fire both of these shots together. That's why I was like plotting this out, because I wanna experience the big kaboom, the greatest of kabooms. 49.2. Okay. Arm both of these. All right. So basically, they're firing in the same direction, just different elevations. God, that is beautiful. All right. And then they're both ready to fire. They're both armed. Okay. Let's see the thing that I did. Let's hope I did the thing correctly. God, I love this little arm thing. Oh my god, the cat gets scared of it. That's so funny. Look at Voren Klex. He got scared. All right, let's see what my shots landed. Ah, see, that's how you can identify targets. That's what we needed. That's good. Because there were 4 targets I'm trying to aim for. Oh wait. Okay, so we actually know where all the targets are now, because there's one over here, there's one over there. All right, let's get this other one ripped apart. So there should be one more high explosive shell here. Multiple round simultaneous impact. Okay, well, that's what I'm doing anyways. There are incendiary shells. Would you like to? Should we use an incendiary shell? I think we'll use an incendiary shell. I think that's a fun idea. Let's do exactly that. Okay, so let's get this one fired off first, because then I need to start plotting firing solutions for the other 2 in a second. Yeah, we got 2 more main targets, so we'll fire some incendiary shells. We got like 2 more targets after this one. Hello, Riston, how are you doing? Okay, so this one's done, so we gotta get this last one in. 3. Okay, and we're aiming for very mild rotation adjustment of 87.8. Hope I aimed this correctly. 87.8 with a... Come on. Okay. God, you know what this music unironically reminds me of? I hate to say this music sounds very Kingdom Heartsy. I have been playing Kingdom Hearts 1 all day recently, and I'm like, this is just Kingdom Hearts world music for some reason. Alright. Let's get one of these. Let's get the other one over there. Okay. Let's see if I aim this correctly. So I'm aiming for... Oh my gosh, that was pretty close. 388. Have you played this yet, Tristan? This seems like a game that would be probably right up your alley. I don't even want to do... Yeah, okay, let's just double check. Fire missions confirmed. Shell type is high explosive. Bearing 87.8. Okay, good. Alright. Alright. Incendiary shell. Ignites a fire, medium radius, chance to spread. Well, that sounds just lovely. Alright, so let's get that one loaded up. And then I need to figure out where my... I need to figure out my firing solutions. Okay, so at the very least, I know this one is about 1.92 this direction, so... Why am I hearing red? Oh! Board observers report no actionable fix on hostile battery position as deployed recently. Prior reconnaissance not reliable. Recon plane requisition remains active. Star shell or thunder. Oh! Hello! Okay. Well, we're under attack now, which is a little awkward. And our previous reconnaissance is no longer valid. Okay, that's really awkward. Okay, so why don't we do this? Let's see. We'll do 04 reconnaissance from an... We'll do bearing... What is that? Angle is this? Bearing 126. So 02 bearing 126. Let's do that real fast. Okay, we gotta figure this out quickly. We did the beta. Okay, got it. The beta was, I mean, I played the demo when it was out on the Steam thing, and it was a lot of fun. I think I said 120, right? Let's see. Okay, what do we got? Interesting, we don't see them. The problem is I don't... Well, maybe it's just those two targets over there. Maybe I just have to blast that, right? Let's just double check that area. So what is that? That is R7. We'll do R7 from 0. Let's see. We'll do R7. Remember, the worst thing you can do right now is panic. Play safely and you'll be fine. Okay, so the targets are still valid. Got it. Okay, so in that case, I need to pop those two artillery shots. I already loaded one incendiary shell. I'm not sure if incendiary does anything to these things, but we'll try it just in case. I'll prep a high explosive shell just in case. I think the left one was loaded, so the right one isn't. So let's quickly load that up, and we gotta plot out our... Oh, wrong shell. I did not mean to put an AP round. I wanted the HE round on that one. Oh, gotcha. Oh, so you were like... Are you on the list of... on the Patreon list then? Oh, shoot. Yeah, this bad boy loaded in. Okay, let's, okay, I got 5 minutes. No? Oh, okay, got it. Okay, so I'm pretty sure my priority target is we need to blast these into oblivion. Can I land... Is there a firing solution where I can hit both of them? Oh, there is. Okay, so I think if I land this exactly perfectly, I should be able to just do this with one shell, I think. There's a little bit of a risk to try to do this with one shell, but I think I can do this. Okay, so we're doing an HE round with 3.8. Let's make sure we get this perfect, and then 3 bearing 853. Can't mess this up. Okay. Okay, this is the one. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I'm excited to do the whole campaign. Like, I've never played the full campaign, obviously, because I just got this game thanks to Lana. So I'm very excited to see what the whole wacky adventure is going to be like. I think we have to rotate this a little bit. Thank you for the raid, Commissar V. Welcome aboard to our little wacky adventure where I am doing weaponized mathematics. All right, that's fine. 1, 2. Okay, so we have to set this to bearing 37, which that should be about right, I think. I can't do the shout out right now because I'm in the middle of obviously playing the game, but I appreciate the raid. Hopefully you are having a grand old time. Don't think we've met before. I don't know if you're a VTuber or not, but welcome to Big Booms. 7.52. Oh, I was almost on point. 37.52. Okay. Right gun elevation error is fine. Wait, what? It's got an elevation error because it's not meant to fire right now. All right. Let's see if I do this. All right, and thank you, Toastlet, for welcome aboard, Toastlet, as well. Hello, comrades. If you don't know who I am, my name is Oak. I play funny strategy games. I also play a lot of weird games like this. Not too often, but I mostly play like things like RimWorld, and I used to play a lot of Hearts of Iron 4 on stream, but I don't do that as much anymore. Let me see if I can do the shout out thing real quick. Shout out Commissar V. I'll take a look at your channel afterwards. I can't do it right now, obviously, because I'm in the middle of doing weaponized mathematics. Okay, let's see if this shot was correct. Hopefully I can pop both of these. Yes, okay. Fantastic. Both counter battery assets were destroyed in a single shot, and I no longer have to worry about them. Cool. All right, so now I just need to focus on the remaining targets, which is all right, well, I guess we might as well use our incendiary shells, since I know there's one loaded in there. Let's load up another one, because I'm pretty sure the last set of targets are all I want to say the last set of targets are all infantry, so I guess we're gonna commit war crimes. So that's gonna be fun. All right, let's plot out our firing solution. Let's plot out our firing solution for this, since we haven't moved, and I'm pretty sure this is about here. So that's target 1, and target 2 is thereabouts. Okay, so then that's not that big of a variance in bearings, although distance changes are kind of extreme. Okay, so we're looking at 10.56. I assume you were probably streaming this game too, is my guess, right? Hopefully you had a lot of fun with it. I'm having fun. 184. Okay, and these are incendiary rounds. Okay, 3 is probably fine. That's shot 1, and then I need to prepare second one, which is distance. Oh shoot, did I mess it up? Oh, I messed up that firing solution completely. Hold on. I completely messed that up. Okay, wait, hold on. So let's do this real fast. Okay, so this should be actually 582. Yep, I just realized, oh, I completely mixed up some of these. So let's get rid of this one. Okay, we'll still do 3, that's fine. And then this one should be 10.56 at 102. That's where I messed up. 102.4. See, this is why we double check, because you always got to double check, especially if you're going to be flinging weapons of, shells of mass destruction at various targets. You got to make it right. Those weren't invented by the crown yet. I mean, maybe the Castile conventions are going to be invented after this war, because obviously we can't be letting people kill people. Is this already loaded? Wait, what's loaded in here? Oh shoot, already loaded incendiary. Wait, was it? Oh, this is the one that's not loaded. Oh my god, I cannot remember if it's loaded or not. Ah, gotcha. All right. In that case, we'll just do bing, bang, bang, boom. All right, we're gonna rotate to 102, so we'll set this slightly going that direction. 1, 2, 3. All right, seal this up, fling that over. Still good. All right, fling that over. All right, stop this. Grab hard, rotate back to 102.4. All right, we have incendiary in both sides. I'm not gonna war crime an orphanage. Just because I'm using incendiaries doesn't mean I'm gonna accidentally kill civilians. Alright, so we're doing 102, so I already have it left and right, so let's keep this at 22. This one I want at 23, so this one needs to stop now. Alright, 102.4. going great, then you forget to turn the turret. Ah, got it. I can understand that feeling. 2-8 here. Again, as long as I'm not having to counter battery, I can just relax and make sure that all of our bearings are nice and perfect to ensure the highest quality of Castile bombardments upon those anti-monarchist forces. As we all know, the people are too stupid to really survive without a grand monarchy to keep track of them. They are not deserving of things like human rights. Kaboom! And then we just have to rotate this a little bit to 108.4. Just like that. Okay, so let's make sure. 23.28 incendiary, 108.4. Seems pretty good to me. And left cannon ready. And kaboom. Alright, let's see if that actually killed our targets. Come on. Yay! We did it. That's a big explosion. Oh, that's a lot of fire. Look at that. I'm so good at this. We killed those evil anti-monarchists, those evil revolutionaries. One of the builds Physical Controller War Thunder make for this game. I mean, I'm pretty sure. The thing is, okay, so this game probably not, because you have to move around a lot. The other game that's coming out, PvPK, which comes out next year, should be doable with like a unique custom controller. This one you have to kind of move around a lot more, so you can't just be in like a single point of view type deal. All right. All hostile assets destroyed, well executed. The sector is clear. Iron Nest is to stand down. Well, who am I to say no? Let's turn off the power, as we have completed our objective. And we now can go rest and go easy. A long day to work, resolving these terrible crises with the power of heavy ordnance. I'm actually kind of curious what's in here. Hold on. Can I actually read these books? No, okay. I think I already looked at this before, right? Like, this is a shower with no splash guard. You just have like a tray. There is whatever this thing is. There's your bathroom, your toilet. Hey, at least you have a toilet, which is nice. You got a sink too. You even have like a small kitchenette if you want to cook some food. Only one person living in here anyways. Don't turn off behind under the map table. Oh wait, let me do that real quick. You're right, I should turn off the engine. This one? Am I blind? Maybe, can I actually turn off the engine? Oh, the floor hat. Oh, this thing. This is what you meant, yeah. You know what? Let's go and let's enjoy the fruits of our labor. Hold on, let's turn the lights back on. We can enjoy the fruits of our labor and see the outside. We can gawk at the beauty of the outdoor sun. There we go. Oh, the other end of the map table. Oh wait, hold on. I thought I was opening this. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. It's a little slow to open up, but there you go. Ah, the beautiful sky. It's not night. It's just whatever that is. One. The beautiful hills of Spain, of Castile. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is this? Hold on. Oh, there's even more names on here. What is this? Is this everyone that played? Am I on this? I don't think I'm on this. It's probably everyone who like was on their Discord or something. Yeah, it's probably, yeah, like supporters on Patreon is my guess. Which I definitely was not one on there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely not on this. Got a lot of interesting names though. Huh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are Patreons, which is kind of nice. All right. Let's see. The other map. Oh wait, other map table. Over here? I blind? That's not a, oh, that's not a table, first and foremost. Hold on, what do you mean there's a engine shut off? Am I, oh, is it this thing? That is definitely not a engine shut off button. Where is this engine shut off? Well, I don't think it particularly matters, so I guess we'll just carry on anyways. It's below the table? Oh, wait. How long has this been here? I never noticed this until now. Hello? Engine startup. Set both dials to start. Pull starter chain. Set both. Okay, so I would like to shut off the engine. No, wait, hold on. This is essentially an ignition. Let me turn this off. Ah, okay, there we go. So now we're shut off. Got it. Okay, wait, so turn this back on. Set both dials to start. Okay, I just want to make sure I know how to turn this on. Okay. And then pull the starter chain. Ah! And then you have to then move both dials to the run side so that you get out of the ignition. There we go. Ah, that's interesting. I did not know that. All right, let's turn it off again. Now we can go to bed. Wow. Hold on, let's wait, hold on. I want to turn off the music. It's kind of ominous listening to this without any of like the thrum and hum of machinery. A little spooky in a way. It's just you and like your thoughts, and I guess all this other stuff too. All right, let's close out for the night then. Very intriguing. Imagine to fight aliens in this thing. God, like I said, this is iron lung for this is iron lung for military autists. And unfortunately, I am in that category of consumer and gamer. Hello, Kara F.A. How are you doing, comrade? Welcome aboard. Congrats on your book release, by the way. I saw that it was on sale on Amazon, so congrats on that. I'm not one for poetry books personally, but hopefully that book has been going well. Wasn't there one that was literally that you're piloting in Last Mecha Demonic Post-Apocalypse? I wouldn't doubt it. There's a lot of games that are probably like big. People just like, I don't think, see, the industry needs to learn. The real true gamer just wants to pilot big giant mechas, okay? So they need to keep making us games that let us do big mecha things. Castile's mechanized wonder. Madrid, January 29, 1928. Foreign observers are stunned by the Iron Nest might. A new era of warfare, the general declares, as the world scrambles to respond to the unveiling. The general vows Iron Nest project is exclusively a preemptive self-defense measure. The Iron Nest is a shield, not a sword, the general insists. World press reacts. Extraordinary. Alarming. What exactly is that? His Majesty the King is to have suggested that the other delegations need not request a brochure, as the demonstration was, in his words, fairly self-explanatory. Video investment is equalized. Ah, gotcha. I'm actually like kind of curious how that worked, if you had to like buy a lot of the printings ahead of time, or is it just a print-on-demand type deal? It didn't look like a print-on-demand. Yeah, I'm never gonna get the minimum requirements necessary because I'm definitely requisitioning more than I need. Whoa, a skirmish challenge. The counter battery timer. 3 columns are verging on the thing. Counter battery starts when first shot. Requires maximum kills before position is silenced. Enemy forces have been caught in minutes to resupply. But okay, it's just I don't want to do this right now. It is print on demand. Ah, got it. Yeah, art and editing would definitely kill, especially if you're trying to do it like format it yourself. hey, look, be proud that you actually made a book and didn't just, you're not one of those people that are like doing AI slop nonsense. I don't know if you saw going around on Twitter, but there was like someone posted like a photo of a page of a book, and literally one of the pages was just like, would you like me to write more? Like a chat GPT prompt. It was crazy. Yeah, we're not gonna do the I'm not gonna do the skirmish endless ones. I want to do just the primary quest. By the way, look at all the high scores here. 19 points. What about this guy? All-time kill high scores, 74 points. So wacky, someone just buy your inner thoughts now. Hey, look, you're the one selling your inner thoughts. If anything, you're the one that decided that other people should purchase your thoughts, and that's fine too. Val de Mula sits astride the supply corridor. High command intends to sever ahead of the coming advance. The garrison there is expecting reinforcements by rail. Ooh, spooky. Oh, do I have to turn the machine on? Or is it on already? Let's see. It might not be on yet. It's probably on, isn't it? Yeah, it is on. You have a funny story about AI? Okay, yeah, so the thing is always on. God, look at those pistons go. Look at them just pumping up and down in rhythmic fashion. Isn't it beautiful? All right. Before I start like freaking out over this. Allied forces are advancing on Val de Mula. The town controls the primary supply corridor through La Mancha. Its capture is required to sustain the offensive. Enemy troop train is inbound along the corridor, reinforcing the garrison ahead of the advance. The train will reach Val de Mula main station at approximately time 10:16. Intercept before arrival. Checks in train movement schedule. Oh, wait, so we have to. Oh, we're going for a moving target. Interesting. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, that's gonna be odd. One of the yeah, maybe I forgot to erase the prompt. So many people think that AI can replace their ability to think, and then they're gonna be very, very confused when people don't want to read their AI garbage. I mentioned this before, but one of my biggest complaints about certain web novel websites that I was a part of, and still am kind of on, is the sheer amount of AI slop that just kind of has infested a lot of these websites, which is very, very annoying. Okay, let's see here. So it'll be at waypoint A. 5 cars, locomotive leads, troop carriers to the rear. And what is my goal? I need to kill the whole thing, or just the troop train? Okay. So, all right, let's quickly plot this out. I don't think I'm gonna hit waypoint A unless I'm like stupid fast. I might actually be able to hit waypoint A. Hold on, let's see. Okay, so main station is at approximately J604. See if I can do this fast. We're not gonna use any music. I wanna hard focus on this. J604. J604. Okay, and then the track runs parallel, which is this red line here. Okay, so waypoint A. Waypoint A is gonna be 6 kilometers. Okay, so let's pull this tool out. Waypoint A is at 6 kilometers. So right around there. Okay. And then waypoint B is almost 4 kilometers exact, so it's right around here. Let's get a secondary marker on that. And then the last one's gonna be 2 kilometers out, so... Oh, I shouldn't have used the red, that's my bad. So that's gonna be point 3. Okay, so that's fine. As long as I know where I'm aiming. Okay, so let's quickly get rid of this, this, and this. Okay, so... at T605, so that's in approximately 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Okay, wait, hold on. Wait, let's see if I can I plot a firing solution? Hold on. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna see if I can plot a firing solution in the next 3 minutes. All right, we're gonna speed this. All right. All right, we'll do the high capacity high explosive shell. Left slot is fine. Okay, so then I'm gonna need to quickly jam that in there. Yeah, that's fine. Jam that in. Okay, so mission, I have to take into account the travel time of the shell, which I think is going to be like 10 seconds or so. Maybe I can minimize it. But if I just max it to 6, bearing to target is going to be 74. I want to see if I can hit it by the first waypoint. I think I'm quick enough that I could probably do it. Okay. Okay, so we need a... I'm going to see if I can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then... Oh, shoot. Then we need to... Close this off. I need to quickly rotate to 74. I'm running out of time. So please jam 6 of these in here. Stop that. Rotate back down to 74. 74 even. Okay, 74 even. And then this I need to rotate up to 24 and a half. Let's see if I can do this. 24. Come on, come on. 24 should be right around there. My guess is that this shell will take... I don't know. Read this right? Oh, should be 24 and a half. Let's see. Okay. So we're ready to fire. I don't know the timing of the shot, which is going to be the really hard part. So I'm going to have to hope that whatever timing I have is going to be perfect for this. Oh my goodness. Hello. That's a raid of that's a big raid. Hi there. Awesome possum. Welcome aboard to our wacky game stream. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. Give me one moment while I try to make sure this right. So my guess is probably 10 seconds to target. So we probably have to fire at 6:40 or 10:06:40. So in about 30 seconds we'll fire it. Where's the napalm? We're using high capacity, high explosives. But hello, how are you doing, comrade? How was your stream? What do you mean, operator? Are you another whiskey viewer? Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it very, very much. For those who are new here, my name is Oak. I play funny strategy games, and today we're playing Iron Nest because I was very, very excited for this game for quite some time, and we are definitely doing a lot of explosions. Ah, another operator. Got it. Thank you for the follow as well. Hopefully your Iron Nest stream went well, and you were able to commit a lot of crimes and maybe not crimes. All right. Alright, I'm gonna hope this was correct. And thank you for the follows. I can't read what this name says. I'm sorry. Fish Guy Joe. Okay. So if I did my math right... Ooh. I might actually be off slightly. I didn't... Okay, so it's almost 20 seconds for time to target. Oh, never... Never mind, I killed the whole train. Whoops. Oh. Well then. That was easy. Alright. Yeah, look at that. Okay, I killed the locomotive, the platform car, 2 train cars, and the caboose all in one go. Man, I am so good at this game. That was a really big explosion. Well, I guess if you're using this shell, it does actually give you a huge amount of leeway, so that's kind of... that does make sense. Mostly napalm, anything to justify on? Okay. I haven't really used... I've used a few incendiary rounds, but not that often. Okay, so that was easy enough. All right. Well, that was an easy enough victory. Yeah, that entire thing is just gone. I don't know if you completed the campaign yet. I don't know how many missions are in the campaign. But anyways, I do appreciate the raid very, very much. I like this game a lot. It's a lot of fun. And it's like I've mentioned many times this stream, this is basically like farming simulator, but instead of a farming type of guy, it's more for military autists. It's iron lung for military autists. Okay, let's clear this out and let's figure out our next objective. 2 armored encampments block their assault trajectory. Allied infantry can advance. Require AP shells to destroy. Use your war horn located. Signal the... Oh, okay, so we don't use the war horn. Signaling before you complete your task will result in mass casualties. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so we don't need this information anymore. This is not relevant to our needs. Okay. So here's our spotters. Okay, so pillbox 1. Okay, I mean, this is fine. This should not be that hard. Okay, so hold on, let me think this real quick. Okay, so we don't need the kill tokens. Let's get rid of those. And And let's get rid of the marker tokens real quick. Okay. Spotter A is located at I-550. I-550. And spotter 2 is located at J437. I actually am kind of curious what would happen if you failed that mission. Or like if you failed to actually like hit the targets correctly. That would actually be kind of interesting. I'd be kind of curious to see, because I'm not sure if this game has like a branching plot line. I remember reading somewhere like it supposedly does, but I'm not quite sure if that's exactly accurate. This is just bearing straight up north. Can you hit yourself? You probably cannot, unless you're able to. I don't think your gun goes elevation 90. I think 60 is the max you can get. So no, you're not going to be able to hit yourself with your own big giant gun. Okay, so target 1 is about here. And then we need bearing 15, which is right around here. Just gonna drag that straight out. So let's just make sure I know where all these are. Oh, that's a little incorrect, so I'm not dealing with that. Okay, so I want to be precise as much as possible all the time. So if it says 15, it's going to be 15.0, and we're not going to do any other amounts. One click off spotter. That's really danger close, I think. Okay. Let's see. It's probably fine. The Engine of Sin. That's a hardcore name for a game. Alright, I'm gonna hope this is correct. So let's get these targets shot. These will require AP shells, so let's make sure we get the AP shells up and running. Is there any other games you play, Awesome Possum, or not really? I'd be kind of curious. I cannot read the name of that individual who just fought. I'm so sorry. My my OBS is not set up properly, so I can't really see. Wait, maybe I can check on my phone. Thank you, Chris CRT, for the follow. That's the name I'm looking for. Alright, so that should be pretty good. Alright, so let's just load up the AP shells, I think is what it said. So we get one on each side, so we can kind of tag them both in one cycle. Okay, so we should have now an AP shell. Perfect. I don't need a double check. I can just fire this. I'm smart. Yeah, alright, it's just 2, right? 2 armored emplacements. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so send that in. Send that in. Let's see. This probably only needs 3 each. Actually, at that distance, you can probably get by with only 2. So let's just drop this down to 6 point whatever. So 6.41 should only require 2 shells a pop, and this is bearing 5.7. Perfect. So that's shot 1, and then shot 2 is going to be slightly further at 6.4, bearing 7.3. 7.03, something like that. Almost. Nope, gotta be adjusted slightly. 2, perfect. Okay. Alright, 1, 2. I do need to buy more powder charges soon, and there's probably gonna be another thing of this I have to deal with. So we'll deal with that in a second. Okay, so let's slam these in. Slam these in. Let's get rotating. We'll go backwards. So 70.3 is gonna be the first one. 70.3 is a very easy rotation to get to, since we're already here. And let's get ready to do the big kaboom. So we'll fire. Let's see here. So we'll do 39. And we'll get you to 38.46. And let's see how this pans out. God, I still can't, like, I love looking at those big, giant fuck-off schools. Everything about this is just so beautiful to look at. I love it. Oh my god, I did that almost perfectly. Make this 3984. Yeah, since I'm not on a time crunch with this mission, I can kind of at least just take my time with it. 3846. Beautiful. All right. So we'll do the right shot first. Oh, wait, hold on. 3984 is left. Okay, so we're doing our left shot first. 3984, 7.3. Okay, then we're gonna quickly rotate to 55. And there we go. Hard stop there. 55.7. And I'm fairly confident in this shot, so I'm not gonna bother doing the rest of this. 30. Yep. Who needs to do things like regulations and signing off on all your actions when you just are going strictly off of vibes? Oh my goodness, I missed. Wait, no, I didn't miss. I did hit something. Wait, what? What did I hit? Okay, so it's the infantry. Hello, foreign collects. Please move. No, wait, I did hit the target. I actually was correct. Yeah, I actually did hit the target correctly. There's a kill token there. Okay. They only care about me dealing with the armored emplacements. I mean, I could fling like a... Wait, hold on. Wait a second. There might be... I just saw something. What is this symbol? Wait, what is this? That's infantry, that's fine. What is this? Observers? I mean, I'm not required... Like, I did the mission already. I could just send in our infantry and call it a day. Oh, that is the train station. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Well, I did exactly the bare minimum of what they asked me to do, so let's just see what happens. Let's just call it. Commencing assault. Signal received. All right. High command. Approach successfully cleared. Allied infantry advancing on Valdemura. Primary objective completed. You may stand down. Optional. Remaining enemy elements in town are no longer a required target. Continued fire support is authorized at operator discretion. Okay, so basically, they're saying, yeah, if you want to go kill things, you can go kill things. Why not? You know, let's go blow up a train station. Why not? I'm not gonna kill the rest of them, but I kind of feel like blowing up the train station for kicks. So we don't need this, and these are done. So let's just do one more explosion, shall we? What are we gonna use today? What are my choices? I guess we're just gonna burn it. This may or may not cause friendly fire upon our own infantry. Maybe we could actually make use of this train station. Maybe we shouldn't blow this up realistically. But it'll be fine. I'm sure this will totally not bite us in the back later. Especially if this is going to be a train station that we could actually use. You're right, we do need to blow it up because it's tainted with the it's been tainted by our enemy. It's no longer a pure train station. It's been tainted. All right, let's go boom it. Oh wait, we're already like almost rotated correctly. 59.7. Okay, and then look at that beautiful thing. Oh, I love looking at it. All right. I wonder if you can get upgrades later that will allow your thing to move faster. No, they're anti-monarchists. They have been consumed by the cult of democracy and republicanism instead of obeying their great superiors, the monarchy. The king knows best, after all. I hope I don't accidentally friendly fire, but there shouldn't be any infantry in that general vicinity. Foreign Flex just keeps jumping. He's so scared by anything that moves. It's so funny. Because he's running into the, this thingy. I don't know what this thing is called. But you know what I mean. Alright. Yep. There sure ain't any more train stations over there. Alright. That's good enough. We don't need to do the rest of them. I think that's a good stop for that mission. I bet you there's going to be an achievement that says, why didn't you kill everything? You should have killed everything to make it better. All right, that's fine though. They wear fake G's. I don't think wearing fake G's is a crime. The rebel relief was derailed. Madrid, March 14th, 1927. The railway experts report that supplies are significantly less likely to reach the anti-monarchists after the railway itself has ceased to exist. His Majesty the King congratulated the general and the army on their continued transportation reforms, describing them as an investment in a brighter future for all loyal Castilians, present and future. Foreign crates found on the traders' train. They have found things stamped Fabrique in France, a discovery officials described as unsurprising. As one officer explained, a king answers to God and history. A republic answers to whichever committee shouts loudest the morning. Check the dates. March 15, 1928. Copyright Royal Press 1985. Is there something about that date that I'm forgetting? I'm gonna Google this up. March 15, 1928. Second date. Oh, March 14, 1927. Oh, yeah, that is weird. I think that is a typo. I think that's just a typo. You're right. There is a... I think it's supposed to still be 1927 because the previous one was 1927. I think there's just like a... It's just a typo. Okay. Sustained consecutive kills across fire missions. Achieved a high-level kills per shot ratio across a minimum of 10 enemy kills. That's fine. I didn't feel like checking for the rest of the targets. I just want to get through the main story and see what else we can get. Ah, look, another mission. The Siege of Cartagena. Cartagena's garrison remains encircled, its breakout stalled by concealed coastal batteries. Command of the operation passes to Vice Admiral Mendoza. All right, Vice Admiral Mendoza. What are we doing today? I do need to use the restroom, though. Alrighty. Let's go figure out what we're doing. Ooh, I kind of like this map. Okay, so we're encircled right now. So this is the Castilian forces, and these are the rebels that have fully surrounded them on this town. Not an ideal situation to be in. Operation Command of the Cartagena engagement is transferred to Naval Command effective immediately. You are henceforth under the authority of the ranking naval officer on station. Vice Admiral Mendoza to Iron Nest. Good to see you again. Cartagena has held, but barely. Anti-monarchist forces have the city encircled. The garrison cannot break out without us clearing the way first. Your primary targets are 3 high-value installations which are concealed from aerial photography. Field intelligence will provide their positions. Be prepared. 2 Vickers, 580 coastal batteries hold the cliffs overlooking the harbor. They are currently offline, and when they will come online is not known. Counter battery timer will begin the moment that they do. Spotter bearings carry a margin of up to 0.5 degrees. Okay. This mission relies on chain measurements. Errors compound with each link in the chain. Oh boy! Alright, let's get our core information. It's gonna be relevant. We don't need that information. Okay, what else do we have? Okay, so that's fine. The enemy assembly area. So these are the 3 main targets we need to smack. Can I smack them all in one cycle? Let's see. Let's do this quickly, though, because it sounds like that we're going to get targeted quickly. So we're located at C1075. So we're all the way up here. Okay. Spotter. Oh, wait. Let's find some music. Let's see if there's any cool tunes. Oh, we got a new disc. I think this is the new one. Let's see. Safe openable? It's not. Okay. Let's see what this one sounds like. The music of our people. It's just another march. We will never be free from the marches. Okay, K634. K634. I apparently don't know my alphabet. K634. That spotter is really danger close. M723. M7. The problem is I don't know where the counter or the coastal batteries are, so I'm not gonna be able to fire because that's gonna be a little spooky if worst comes to worst and I have to try to smack him down as quickly as possible. D842, D842. So I think the solution is just move fast. I think we listened to this one already. D842. No, I want the other one. I think this is the new one then. It's definitely not those other 2. I think this is the new one. I want to know what this sounds like. right? Alright, okay, so signal station, which is going to be 1, area will be 2, field kind will be 3. Alright, let's pull out our compass. Okay, so we're looking at 153 away. Okay, and then spotter 2. Thankfully, since we get 3 distance points, this is a lot easier to triangulate than what it was previously. Like, this is 6.6, so... Okay, it's one of those 3, but if I go to spotter number 2... Where? Oh, it's over here. I was like, where's spotter number 2? 3.56. Okay, so... Okay, well, see, look at that. Look how easy it is to just triangulate where you gotta go. Okay, so this is the signal station right around here. We can get rid of these. And then... Actually, I kind of like... Hold on. No, I'm gonna redraw that, mostly because it looks really funny. I'm just gonna quickly redraw this. Because I think it looks really funny when you just have, like, all these, like, crazy lines crisscrossing everything. It makes you look like an insane person. There we go. Okay, so that looks a little unhinged. Okay, bearing. Uh-oh. Did I lose connection again? I lost some frames. I think my internet's dying again. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, so then bearing 277. Oh, okay, hold on. So I'm either gonna be super perfect, or I should probably call in the spotter plane. Oh wait, no, these things can't be used with the spotter plane. You have to be correct. Got it. All right. Spotter 3, 122. I mean, 0.5 variance isn't too bad, because I'm pretty sure I could just use like a fat, like one of the fat shells for this, and it would still be fine. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so that's target number 2. This should be the enemy assembly area. And then if I have messed up both of these badly, that's going to be not good, because now we're looking at 285 from the signal station, which is 1. So 285 is about this direction. 285 into 0.54 kilometers off of 2. So it's going to be right around here. It's going to be target 3. So let's see. Maybe I am a genius and I did this all correctly. Realistically, I probably did this incorrectly. God, this is insane to look at. All right, let me double check the shells that I'm required to use. It doesn't say I have to use anything specific, so I might just use bigger shells than necessary to give me a little bit of extra leeway. So we'll use AP. It doesn't say I have to use armor piercing, so we'll use AP for this one. And I think that'll probably be the most correct thing to do. Okay, so I think we can hit 3 and 2 back to back, and then we'll use 1 as the last shot. So that'll be... Okay, let's do this in the right order. Why is our cat on the map? Because he's our cat. His name is Vorinclex, after the sick character from Magic the Gathering. How are you doing, Immortal? That's 2. And then target 3 should be about the same bearing. Yeah, it's like a very mild variation, so that's fine. Alright, so we'll do 2 HE on the left. You can customize the cat. Did you know that? Yeah. You can customize him however you want him to look like. It's pretty sick. Alright, we'll do HE rounds. Should be fine. I think we'll do 2 on left, and then we'll do 1 on right. Actually, I probably should have used the bigger explosive shell. I think there was, yeah, the HE would have been a little better, but it's fine. Okay, so we're gonna prep this now. I think what we'll do is we'll do the double first, and then we'll do the single shot alone. Let's get our firing orders ready though. I'm using HE for this, and I'm gonna hope that I didn't mess up, but with the threat of things being slightly off, it might be an issue. Let's write ancient Slavic curses on the walls. Why would you do that? I don't believe in these Slavic curses. You see, that ain't a thing for me. Okay. 28 should be fine. 128.7. I want to make sure I'm perfect with these. Okay, so that's firing solution 1. And then we need firing solution 2, which is a little bit shorter. 723. I don't know if they changed shell weights. It seems like it's still the same. Whatever the shell mechanics were last time, none of it's changed as far as I can tell. Were they supposed to change something about it? Because I'm not aware. Alright, that's firing solution 2. And I need firing solution 3, which is ever so slightly off. And then also a little shorter, so that's 6, 7. 6, 7, whoa! Something, hand shaking motions, I don't know. Alright. This is our 3 firing solutions, this should be fine. We're using HE shells for all of them, so let's get the ones at the bottom first, and then we'll do the upper one after that, because they're about the same bearings. Okay, so that one. I mean, I don't disagree that they probably should have different weights, but to be fair, you're not really calculating anything based off of the weight of the shell, so it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Like, if the game required you to do manual mathematics and like plotting the actual trajectory of the shell with physics, then I could see the weight of the shell mattering, but unfortunately this is not that type of game. I mentioned this earlier, but this game with like a realism mode where you have to track that type of thing would be kind of sick and would go incredibly hard. Alright, we should probably start rotating to 134. So we'll do that, let that go real quick. Look at them gears. Look at how neatly those teeth fit into each other. Oh, it's sick. I love seeing it. Okay. So this one I want 43. I want this one to be at 40. Whoopsies. Slow it down a little bit. Why am I getting banned? Am I getting banned from my own stream? I can't believe this. I'm being banned from my own stream. Alright, I think I might be able to just justify going in the middle with 134.8. Let's see if that works. 134.8 in the middle might be not the ideal solution, but it's probably a solution that will work. Let's adjust this real quick to 40.2, and we'll adjust the other one to 43.38. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I can get away with this, because I'm sure after this I'm gonna get hit with the battery. I don't think I've checked astronauts yet. 43, 134.8, so it's kind of in the middle. All right, let's go fire both of these. Bing, bang. All right. I'm just saying this game with a realism mode would go kind of crazy. Oh my god, I thought that was my my thingies. Oh wait, we should probably prep the other shot now too. So we need to go to 128. So let's rotate this slightly. Let's get the other shell running. Because, like I said, when I first played this game, like the demo, oh shoot, I went the wrong way. I thought this game was gonna have to make me do manual mathematics and calculate trajectories. It doesn't, thankfully, but I thought it would have been really funny if it did require that. I overshot this significantly. Okay, let's get that in here. Okay. Did I hit the targets? Hold on, I can't check real quick, hold on. I actually have no idea if I hit the targets yet. Huh. Did I miss? I must have missed. Interesting. Okay. So we did hit the second one. We didn't do the first one yet. What did I... Really? How did I miss that one? Enemy assembly area, 3 value targets. Okay, wait, hold on. So we hit target 2, which was the assembly area. 3 is the field command. And it says it's supposed to be... What did I do wrong? Field command should be 285 from station, unless I tracked one of these incorrectly. Let's get rid of this. Hold on, let's get rid of my my schizo lines. Interesting. I have no idea how I missed that one. All right. This one's at least resolved. Let's at least okay. Let's finish up this other shot, and then we can try to figure out where the other shot is. So I'm gonna need 2 of these, and I need this to rotate to 128. So let's just quickly switch this to 128. No, I'm saying like if you, when I was saying like realism mode, like what if you didn't have the calculator and you had to literally grab a sheet of paper and do mathematical calculations to figure out the exact angle and bearing? Like you would receive the force, you know, that, you know, the propulsion force of these powder charges, and then you can use that to determine your escape velocity out of the cannon, and then you use that to determine, like, you know, calculate the distance that you need, etc., etc. Things like that. It's just like it was a very silly thought experiment that I was like, if this was real, that would be kind of nutty. But it's obviously not a thing that's actually real. That is also true, yes. I mean, that is one way to do it. Okay. Ranking this up to 45. Oh, yeah. So that's why you don't want to, like, hard slam that, because it just kind of freaks out. Okay. 50, 5.4, high explosive, 187. Okay, let's see this. This should hit the other one. I'm still missing one target, so I do need to get my another HE shell on one of these bad boys. I just need to see. I need to figure out like what I did wrong calculating 0.3. We got 0.1. Where's 0.3? Because that's gonna be the real math that we gotta figure out. Like, what did I mess up? I'm trying to find field command. Field command is 3. Signal station. Let's see if this actually hits the signal station, that will probably correct all my mistakes. There we go. Oh, we're being attacked. Okay. So the problem is we're on a timer and I don't know where those coastal batteries are, so we gotta quickly knock this out as fast as possible. All right. Okay, so this one's resolved. So why did I mess up that last one previously? Let's see if we can figure out where field command is. Okay. So it's 285 from the signal station, which is position 1, which is here. Okay, so we're looking... Okay, we're looking at 285. Okay. And we're looking 0.54 kilometers from the assembly area, which is number 2, which was this one. Oh, I see. It could have. I didn't think about this, but it actually could have been this spot here. Actually, that's where I messed up. Because there's 2 points where it crosses, and I didn't call in a second observation point. If I had called in a second observation, I probably would have been able to identify which one of these is the exact spot. That's where I messed up. Okay, so that's easy enough to resolve. 742. Maybe I should go to use the restroom like a real gamer, because like, oh, you know, if you have to pee in the middle of your war effort, you gotta go, right? We do have a toilet in the middle of this thing. Yeah, it is triangulating, and I definitely triangulated. I was doing it perfectly fine last time. The mission prior to this, I had to calculate a fire plan in like 2 minutes, and then to blow up a train, and I blew up the train exactly perfectly, like on the dot, and killed every single person aboard that train, and I felt very proud of myself. Hello, Garm. Good evening. Okay, so we're looking for 132.2. All right, so let's just quickly do that. 132.2. And we're waiting for this thing to be ready to load. Ominous timer is still ticking down. We're looking for 44.52, so that's about right. Okay. I don't know where those coastal batteries are, but I kind of want to see N6 from 0 using scout plane. So just while that's happening, maybe if we can find the coastal batteries and blow them up, that'd be kind of sick. There's no co-op mode, although I believe they said that they are looking into implementing multiplayer. I think multiplayer is a thing that they are looking into. 3.2. Okay, perfect. Okay, so there's no coastal batteries there. There's just a lot of infantry. That's fine. All right, I'm gonna hope that's the correct. Come on, Vornklex will get shoot away. Vornklex, move! Look, the missiles are coming. Master MP is all MP mods. Oh, even better. Yeah, you gotta work with your friends and work together to blow up the bad guys. Okay, there we go. I got it. Okay, great. So, timer's still ongoing. Target's anti-monarchist command is now crippled. You need to destroy the 8 additional enemy units surrounding the town. Once 8 enemy units are destroyed, sound the war horn to signal the garrison to begin the breakout. Be prepared. Once the breakout begins, units will call for supporting fire and smoke. Ordnance return smoke shall support their advance. Okay, hold on. I'm still dealing with the counter battery. Hold the cliffs over. Okay, can I get rid of the counter batteries first? The cliffs overlooking the harbor. Where would that be? Okay, hold on. All right, this is gonna be. I got 5 minutes. I need to knock out the counter batteries first. Okay, I have an idea. Quickly load a star shell in each of these. Okay, I need to find the target. I got 5 minutes. I can do this. I just have to be really quick. Okay, so let's see. I said the cliffs overlooking the harbor, right? So my guess is that it's probably there might be one over here, and there's probably one wherever. Let's see. Let's see. I did see it earlier. Yeah, it says counter battery over looking the harbor to the cliffs. Oh my goodness, I didn't read this. Okay, wait, hold on, you're right. All right, hold on, wait 1 second. You're right. Let's see. Okay, I got 5 minutes exactly. Okay, that's fine. So shoot. Okay, so listening post 1. Okay, so we're gonna use A for listening post. Let's remove the kill tokens and let's get rid of the map measurements. Let's get rid of this. Okay, wait, I gotta move this quickly. Okay, left listening post at L7 73. L7 73. Okay, coastal battery number 2. Okay, wait, did I miss something here? L3. Okay, so that's the listening post distance. Okay, so we know the distances. Okay, here's how I'm gonna do this. Okay, so I will have a general vague idea. So let's see if we can quickly plot this out. Okay, so from listening post A, 0.503 southeast. So okay, 0.510 south. Okay, so it's probably gonna be down here. So we'll do an L2 observation, and then we'll do a never eat song. Okay, southeast is over here, so 0.503. So can I do L2 and 05? Let's do L2 and 05. Okay. To L2. And then we'll do 05. Okay. That did not tell me at all. What? Hold on. I thought I did 02. Did I not do 02? Oh shoot, I did 05. I'm a fool. Okay, so well, there's one coastal battery. Where's the other one? Okay, if I can kill this one real fast, then I can at least delay the timer a little bit longer, so that gives me a bit of breathing room. All right, let's quickly shoot this one down. Okay, so all right, that's fine. I got 2.5 minutes to quickly prepare a firing solution for this one. Left shell go. Let's get another one on the right side because I'm gonna need that in a second anyways. All right. Oh shoot, is it AP? Oh, because it's coastal batteries. My bad. Yep, you're right. AP shell. We'll do one on left. Then we'll do one on right. Okay. Let's see here. So I need to. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, get that one loaded in. It's 13, so I know we're gonna need at least 3. That's fine. So we'll do 1, 2, 3. Firing solution's gonna require 124, 5. I mean, I think you can take like 1 hit and you'll be okay, but if you take more than 1 hit, you're kind of screwed. 1362. Okay, that's fine. Prep that shot. Okay, seal this up. 1, 2, 3. We need to rotate to 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay, immediately jam that in. I got 80 seconds. If this hits, this should delay the timer a little bit, and that gives me a little bit of breathing run time. I put AP, don't worry. This is AP shell. 18485, okay. So let that prepare. So then once this thing is up to angle, which is going to be the little scary part. Okay, so let's go for N2. Let's see, we're going to switch back to the scout plane. We're going to go to N2. Okay, do that real fast. I hate doing this because this eats up so much requisition points, but this is the easiest way to do this right now. Okay, we're aiming for 54.58, so come on. Come on. I don't know if they'll do rolls in multiplayer, but that would be kind of neat. Okay, come on, 54. Come on. Shoot, because I know it's like 20 seconds for time to target anyways, which is like the real annoying part. 545. Okay, this should be fine. Okay, good. Don't have time. Okay, there's the second shot. Got it. So second shot, I have to now project, which is about here. I need an AP shell, I think, in this one. Okay, this one doesn't already have one. Thank goodness I put an AP shell in here already, so let's just jam that in. Okay, so now we need to rotate our bearing to 129.1. Just do this manually because it's very short. 129.1. And then we're gonna go 1. Did I get hit? I think I got hit. I don't think I was fast enough to delay it. Ugh. Tragic. Yeah, I think I was literally just missed the timer. Or am I dead now? Am I dead now? Alright, yeah, I got hit. I wasn't quick enough. Oh my goodness, everything is just... everything's broken. Look at that, you can see all the steam valves. Did I jam it in yet? Okay, I don't even have a firing solution yet. Okay, let's get a firing solution. Oh, they're just gonna keep firing. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so we gotta fire this now. 131. Okay, 121. 12901. This actually doesn't matter here because it's just trying to plot it out. Okay, so 52. Okay, I might be dead. I may have not been quick enough for this, and that's a problem. I gotta knock this counter battery up. Yep. Oh. Okay. I did not expect. Okay, I was not fast enough for that. We gotta try this again. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, maybe the solution is I focus on finding the counter batteries first, but I guess the mission does not allow me to do so. All right, how about this? Let me use the restroom real quick. Let me do that so that I can think with my full brain capacity. Let's see what's some good background music while I wait. Pokemon Route 201. All right, I'll be right back. Let me use the restroom. I will return in a bit. I've been holding this in for a second. You can listen to this music, like really weird background music, which is Pokemon. All right. Let's do this. I know what I'm doing now, so this should be not too difficult to do. Actually, wait, what if I just did this entire mission with Route 201 Pokemon music in the background? God, that'd actually be a little curse. Maybe we don't do that. All right. Let's go commit crimes. Okay, so we know what we're doing, and at least I'm fairly quick about this. Power's on. Okay, so let's make sure we have the same exact information as last time. We're gonna do this, and I'm gonna win because I'm the best. All right. Don't worry, we will save those at Cartagena, and we will not let their lives be in vain. Okay, so the main issue is, again, the two Vickers. Okay, I just want to point out 580mm coastal battery guns. Is that, wait, hold on. Is that a real, like, coastal battery? Vicker. I'm actually kind of curious. Vickers 580mm coastal. Because I'm like, that seems. Oh, wait. Hold on. What is 15 inches to millimeters? 380. Okay, so I guess you kind of get close with like a 15-inch Vickers battery, which is an actual thing that does exist during the 30s, also known as the Costa de 38.1 centimeter Modelo. So I guess to amp up the excitement, they maybe increase the size by almost 50% or 75%, which is fair, I guess, if you want it to be a little more unnecessarily exciting. All right, well, let's figure this out. At least we know our assets. I don't remember if these are dynamic, if these change, but it should be fine. We gotta figure out these other targets first. I want the lights on, please. Okay. Your self-propelled artillery rocket battleship-sized guns. Exactly. So I guess it makes sense that everything's a little more extreme, right? All concealed from high. Okay, let's just grab all this data. Okay, so let's erase this one and erase that one. Okay, so this is all the information I need, and I do need to shoot quickly. Is there a way to make the lights less red? Maybe get some color in here and not just make it all ominous? No, I'm stuck with red? Okay, I guess I'm stuck with red. I liked it earlier when it was like other colors, but I guess we're just using red. It is very chonky. It is a very chonkers experience. Okay, so yeah, the map is a little dynamic. Yeah, so the like your location and stuff does change, which is kind of nice. So we're at 49, I think, and then so spotter 1 is gonna be at K85. You know what? Let's get some tunes. Let's get some vibes here. Okay, I think we're using. Let's use this one. Okay, let's get that one going. All right. Chonkers is a very funny word. I like that. Can you? I will say it is kind of funny how the English language feels like it's devolved over the past couple of like years I've been alive. Just seeing everyone coming up with more. I guess the right word is like diminutive versions of real words because it's just funny. I remember like heckin' chonkers was like a word that millennials were using for like the longest time, and it was a really weird word to hear, like used unironically. It's like, my cat's a heckin' chonker, and I'm just like, that is definitely a word that you can use, and I think it's more your cat might be a little obese. There's a lot of cats out there that are like really overfed, and they get a little too hefty for their own good, because cats are lazy. I am not a cat girl. Let's emphasize that part. Yeah, these are definitely dynamic numbers. Okay, so for enemy signal station, we're looking at. Oh my God, this is a really big distance. So 7.03. Okay, and then the other one is 7.63. My guess is that it's gonna be down here at 2.65. Okay, so that's target 1. Chunky chonky chonkers, relatively logical regression, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I don't know what the right word is, but it's kind of how I think of it. I just think it's kind of funny. Hi, Hoovy. Sure, I'll put on the mustache. Give me 1 second to find where the mustache asset is. I don't have this as a toggle anymore. I used to have it as a toggle, but I haven't used it in forever because I don't use this model nearly as much as I should. I put this hours, like literally, aside from, I put like maybe 4 hours in the demo, and then 4 hours into this one because it's the first time I'm streaming it for the week, or since it came out. So yeah. Supposedly, multiplayer's coming to this game soonish. They're apparently working on it. Bearing 38 from enemy signal station. So that's over here. So bearing 38 would be this direction, 38. Let's just do 38 knot and then 263 spotter to 263. Yeah, I think co-op would be a lot of fun. 263. I'll say it again. This is farming simulator for military autists, or iron lung for military autists. I don't know if I'm even using that word correctly. Enemy signal station 290. So that's from target 1. We need to go 290, which is this direction. 290 is about here-ish, and then 3.06 from enemy assembly area, which is this one. 3.06. The problem is I don't have a... Wait a second. 3.0... Wait. Is there any other parts where this crosses? Or math nerds? Yeah, Iron Lung it's basically a horror story that takes place in a far future. Is this correct? Hold on. Is that right? That can't be right. There's only one spot where it crosses. I guess that is correct. I don't see any other logic for this, because if you have like one bearing and one, if you have two bearings when they cross, then you can guarantee it. If you have a bearing and a distance, you can generally, there's only one crossing point for that for the most part, depending on how it's set up. But if you have like two distances, then you kind of have like two options, and that's kind of the hard part. But so this should be correct. So we just have to plot our firing solutions. Okay, so unfortunately I can't do these like back to back. We'll do these in, let's just tag these 1, 2. So Iron Lung, yeah, it takes place in a far-flung future where everything in the universe, like the stars and all signs of life, have started to disappear. And the only remnants of humanity that's still alive are the ones that are on these... How do I turn on the lights? Are like the last remnants of humanity are like alive on a star station, and in order to find out what's going on, you're a criminal, and you're being tasked to go ride what is called the Iron Lung, which is a submarine that you cannot escape from, essentially. It's like a midget sub. Once you're in there, you ain't getting out. And it's basically it's an environmental horror game where the only thing you see is the vehicle that you're in. Similar to how in this game, we're only seeing the vehicle that we're in and nothing else. So imagine something like that, but it's a more horror-based game rather than a I'm committing war crimes to defeat the enemy type of game. It was really popular when it first came out, and to the point where Markiplier, the YouTuber, straight up made a movie off of it, starring himself as the main character. So make of that what you will, but I thought it was a really fun movie, and I thought Markiplier did a pretty good job acting in his first directorial role that was also his first major acting role. Crazy stuff. What a YouTuber can accomplish when you got crazy amounts of funding and a drive to do some insane stuff. They did a lot of really cool practical effects in it that made it like super special. It is one of my recommendations for people who are looking for like an indie film to watch. I think we're going to see a lot more people, like a lot more studios in Hollywood being like, all right, which one of these YouTube vidgers can we make a movie out of? Especially with the success of Iron Lung and the success of... Oh my goodness, there's another CD here. Was this letter changed? All right, hold on, I'll read that in a second. Let's put on this new track. Let's try this new track. What does this one sound like? Yeah, we're definitely getting a Backrooms number 2. That's not even a question. All right, I got my firing solutions, so let's see how this pans out. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we'll do this in... It's fine. All right, I'm gonna need 3 HE shells. So we're gonna do 1, 2, and then we'll prep 3. Okay. So let's slam this one in. Let's close this up, slam this one in. How do I turn the lights back on? All right, rotate this to... We'll do this in rotational order, so I think we'll do 146 first. That's easier. And these are all using shell firing, or 2 powder charge firing solutions. I want to animate Godzilla movie, one for the basics of Lost and Star Wars. I mean, if that's a thing, I believe it. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that, but I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I don't watch too many crazy movies. I think the only movie I'm planning on watching in the near future is the new Spider-Man film, because I basically watch every Marvel movie that comes to theaters because I'm a masochist, and I don't even know why, but I do enjoy that type of slop every now and again. Yeah, I'm almost for sure certain we're gonna get a Backrooms. Backrooms 1 was so popular. Did you know that he wasn't even 20 yet, and he's already made a Hollywood movie that's gonna get a Oscar and made $1 billion or something like that? I don't know what the meme is. I keep seeing that shit posted everywhere, and it's just like, all right, I know he's done a great job. We can all stop. we can stop doing the meme. All right, I want to make sure this one's ready. This is gonna be. So again, I'm doing this in like. Wait, hold on. Wait a second, hold on. What am I? 146. Okay, so it should be. Actually, it was correct here. This should be 24. 5-4. Okay, and then this one should be 31-6-8. 31-6-8. Okay. So I'm only firing left cannon. Yeah. Okay, so this one first. Okay. Okay, that's done. And now we need to rotate to 170.2. If Doomsday flops, you'll never watch any Marvel ever. Doomsday is not gonna flop. That movie is gonna make bank, because I'm not saying Marvel's desperate, but let's be real, they did bring back Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans so that they can reprise their roles again. It's like, I thought Chris Evans was done with Marvel, but they're just like, he's back. Because I don't know if he needed the money, or because Marvel was just like, so anyways, Chris Evans, we're willing to give you like $1 billion if you just be Captain America again. Which is very possible what is happening. Okay, so I need to rotate now to 182. Let me make sure I actually hit those shots correctly. Looks like we did. Yep, right. Okay, good, good. So we have to hit this last one. Okay. Oh wait, I forgot to jam in the powder charges, didn't I? It's gonna cost so much. I mean, it's not gonna flop. I'm gonna be real with you. Marvel movies very rarely flop, I think. Occasionally they'll flop, but if you have any of the big names like Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, it's gonna be fine. Oh, you mean the new Captain America, Falcon? I thought he was fine. I think everyone's like super mad about it, but I didn't mind new Falcon. I will say I enjoy seeing Winter Soldier Bucky in a lot of stuff. He's a fun character. All right, let's go 442844 18.62. Seems good enough to me. All right. Who needs to go through my checklist when I can just go straight into this? All right. Let's hope I did this correctly. We do need to start scouting for the coastal battery, so we're gonna do that real quick. So let's get some star shells in here. Let's get one star. Star shells are really cheap, surprisingly. Okay. Okay, yep, so they're getting ready to fire on us. That's about right. That's kind of what I figured. Let's see if we can identify these targets. Listening post 1. Okay, got it. People hate that. Okay, so let's get rid of all this information. We don't need this. We are now on a timer, so we do need to move a little quicker. Okay, so let's plot out firing solutions for this. So let's go here. Get rid of the kill tokens and the map markers. Okay. So we're looking for listening post 1, which is at M758. M758, which is going to be in here. M758. Okay. So directly south, 4.67. 4.60, somewhere around here, and then the other one is going to be about 3.57. Okay, 3.57. Did I load a star shell into any of these? Hold on. I think a star shell would be able to identify like right around here. Right, yeah, so let's go shoot for this direction. Okay, good. I did arm one. Good. So we're gonna quickly slam that in. And then we'll do 3. I'm not friendly firing. I'm not that bad at the game. We need to rotate this back down a little bit. We're gonna fling 3. 1, 2, 3. Jam in. Okay, let me figure out the angle that I need for this. So we're aiming for 10, 9, 7. How are you doing again, Dave? How has Greg Tech been? Are you enjoying suffering? Are you enjoying self-flagellation through the power of Minecraft mod packs? Oh shoot, wrong. I need 3. Okay, recalc this. That's fine. Overshot it. Oh no, I didn't overshoot it yet. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3. So we gotta drop this down a few more manual screw turns. 3, 9, and then we're aiming for what angle? 43. Okay, as long as I have 5 minutes, I can probably identify exactly where I need to shoot. So as long as I got the 5 minutes, we should be Gucci. Okay, I'm gonna hope this star shell tells me exactly where they are and I don't have to do anything else. All right, we don't got time to plan this out. We're just gonna blast it. We're gonna start loading AP shells into both sides now. AP shells on left. You might start playing Don't Starve Together again. Ah, but why would you play Don't Starve Together? There's other games you could play instead. Okay, so this one I need to swap for the AP shell. So we're gonna load that in. And then this one as well is now gonna load in once this one is cleared, which is gonna take a hot second. All right. Perfect. Okay, so wonderful. That shell actually did identify the targets, so that's perfect. That star shell actually illuminates a lot more than I expected, so that's really cheap compared to using the other option, which was the what's the other stupid thing called? The scout plane. And these are almost within the exact same firing lines, so that makes it a little easier to identify the firing solution. So let's figure this out real quick. So I need a 10. Okay, so I'm just gonna do 3 in each of these. 1, 2, 3. Jam this one in there. 1 mile with online shopping. Ah, what did you buy? So you gotta be careful with the things that you buy. You can't be shopping all the time. That's how people go broke. That's how I go broke. I have to always resist the urge to be buying more things. Like, I've been looking at power banks recently that you can have for your phone. Boy, did you know that some of those things cost like, oh, I don't know. I saw one that was like $200 for a single battery bank. I'm like, this seems excessive. Who needs a battery bank this expensive? And then I was like, then I looked at it, I was like, oh, this thing can charge at like 300 watts. I'm like, oh my God, you could charge like 10 different devices with this thing and it wouldn't break a sweat. I need 1, 2, 6, 9. Okay, that's my firing solution. Okay, so these are my firing solutions. Let's jam this one in there. How much time do I got? I got 5 minutes. Okay, so let's rotate this to... Thankfully, the rotations are fairly easy, so we'll do 125.3. And then we're looking at a 39... You bought a vacuum! Oh my goodness, you're an adult now. Oh wait, I can take off the mustache, I just realized. I think it's been like 10 minutes. Has it? Has it been 10 minutes? Yes, let me take off the mustache. Okay. So I'm aiming for a 44, which is that's about right, I think. So this would be slightly higher at 39.96. There we go. And then let's get this one up and running too. Hold on, I forgot to change something real quick. There we go. This one has to be 44. Because I'm basically doing it like this. 44.72. Okay. Okay, so we're at 125. So we're gonna do left cannon first. We're good to go. Left cannon is ready. Fire. Now we're going to rotate ever so slightly to 126.9. Very small rotation. Just get the other shot fired. There we go. Alright, if I did this right, these both should explode. The bed's always dusty even if you change the sheets frequently. Ah, gotcha. That's never fun, but I get it. Alright, so that's one down. Hopefully I hit the other one correctly. And then we gotta start blasting these. I think I'm gonna do a scout on J6. Let's order a scout plane on J6. I don't feel like pulling a star shell on that one. Star on... Oops. Scout on... Looking for J6 with a 0 bearing. Okay, let's see what we got. Ah, there we go. Okay, so counter battery timer has stopped because we stopped everything. Great. So now all we gotta do is kill a few more things. We're required to knock out 8 enemy units and then sound the war horn, and we may need supporting fire and to call in smoke. That'll be interesting. Can I turn on the lights? How do I turn on the lights here? No. How do I... What if I just turn it off? Oh. Oh, is down on? I had the power off this entire time. I'm so good at video games, I swear. Alright. So we just gotta kill 8 enemies. Let's see. What are my fun choices? Let's remove the kill tokens, remove the map measurements. Alright. How do I want to do this? Okay, so I have HE. Okay, so hold on. So we could knock out 3. We could knock out 3. That's a little too close. There's too many allies there. So I'm thinking we could do... Let's plot out all the firing solutions at once. That might be fine. So we could do a large shot. We could do an HP or HCHE here. That'll hit all 3 of these. We can do the same thing over... That's a little risky. I think we just kind of go here. We'll blast those 3. So I'm probably gonna need at least 6 shots here. And then we could do a 3rd one. Well, I'll probably do a 2nd one here. Maybe these are small enough that I think these just need a standard HE shot. These are fairly condensed enough that I don't need anything bigger than a standard HE shot. The blast radius is fixed, yeah, for the most part. But do you have like multiple shell types? You just kind of need to plot out like which shell you're going to use for any given situation. Okay, so those are my 4 firing solutions. The second 2 are going to be HE. The first 2 are going to be HCHE. So let's load those in real quick. So I'm going to want HCHE. Like, for example, we do have incendiary shells. That's also a fun one. Left. We'll do a right load. And then we're going to swap to HE shells. We'll do a left load. And we'll do a right load. Okay, so now we're gonna plot out our firing solutions. Again, when you're not under time pressure, it's really just a spin the dials like a Skinner box and let it figure out what you're supposed to do and just feel good about the fact that you're helping your country commit war crimes. These all only need 2 anyways. Yeah, 2's fine. And then this one's bearing at 107. 0.3. Okay. So that's there. And then we need to do a 115 bearing. 115.1, so just adjust this ever so slightly with a distance of 6.4. But yeah, there's a lot of different weapons. I know towards the later part of the game, I think you get nukes, which can be fun, but we're not dealing with nukes ourselves right now, so that's fine. And then our last 2 shots are basic HE rounds, which are going to be at distances a little further, so this is going to be like 802. And yes, everything in this game is in kilometers because we are in alternate history Spain, because Spain is a real country apparently. And then we need to get the other firing solution, which is going to be at 8.89. And oh, this is actually really nice because they're really close to each other, so I don't actually have to adjust the angle too much on that one. 120.8. There we go. And that's the second firing solution. All right, here's our firing solutions. Not that hard. So let's make sure we're at least using the correct shells. So HCHE goes in. HCHE goes in. And why does this? Okay, there we go. I was like, why does it say 3 loaded powder charges? Because there's no way I put 3 powder charges in there. Okay. Let's get this rotating to 107. We'll do this left to right, so we'll do 107 first. All right, jam that bad boy in. Jam that bad boy in. Overshot it. 107.3. We still have to do the angle of the barrel itself, but it takes a second. Okay, so for example, this would be 107.3. This game is a lot of fun. I will say, like, I do recommend this if you're just looking for something casual to do and enjoy doing big explosions. Okay, I want this to be 38.4, so we're looking at around here. And then the second cannon should be around the same. So we got our bearing. Elevation's not confirmed yet, that's fine. So this one I want to just 38.40. And this one I want to adjust 37.38. Okay, 37.38. There we go. And again, I'm hoping this game is not breaking anyone's eardrums, but it is a very loud game. All right, left cannon, 37.8, 107.3. Seems good. Elevation, gun armed. Kaboom. All right, and then we're gonna rotate this ever so slightly, about 7 degrees to 115.1. A little bit of fine tuning. Second cannon's basically ready at 38.4. Seems good. Fire, go. Excellent. Now we're gonna move this to 120, and we're gonna get the second shots ready to go as well, because we are gonna be using high explosive shells. Oopsies, I overshot that. Okay. Unfortunately, we do have to wait until we can eject the old shells, which does take a hot second. And you only get 2 cannons. Actually, you know what would be cool? Imagine a PvP mode for this game where you have to triangulate your opponent's iron nest. That would be kind of interesting. Okay. We've signaled the war horn. All supporting car. Okay, I don't know how many I killed, but not enough anyway, so we gotta kill more. This is the last batch that we need to murder. Alright, 1, 2. And we'll do another 2. It's so beautiful to see. I love watching all this. And there's a lot of, like, just visual cues to make sure you know what you're doing. Like, okay, you know this gun is fully ready because there's 4 green lights. I know this one's not ready because I haven't jammed it in yet. Okay, then we have to wait for the elevation because I know everything else but that is ready. Bearing is confirmed. Elevation is not, or bearing's not confirmed yet. This should be 120.8. And then we'll do the other one right after. We're aiming for 48.12, and we're aiming for 53.34, which is even higher. God, just look at those screws turn. Look at all the chains, look at all the machinery. God, is there a zoom button? Actually, hold on, I need to see if there's a zoom button. Some games, there's like a zoom button that you can kind of press, but I'm not sure if this game does have that. It doesn't seem like it has a zoom camera, but that's okay. Got a little bit of fine tuning to 48.12. Let's see, and I got to 53.34, which is actually pretty close. Or to what I needed. Okay. Okay, so left gun 3.4 HE 120.8. Good, good, good. High explosive. Confirm. Blast. We're gonna go here. We're gonna rotate ever so slightly, and then just fire the second shot as well. Yeah, the polish in this game is insane. Like, it is really well made. Now, I get it's like a super simple game. It's not that complicated, but there's a lot of detail to this that I really appreciate. This cat is constantly scared of the tracker. Of the shot tracker. I hope I don't friendly fire. I actually didn't scan really well if there was friendlies in the area, so I'm just gonna hope I'm not accidentally killing anyone. Nice. Nice. Alright, that should be enough. It's more than 8. So we're gonna sound the war horn. We'll do their breakout, and then we'll just need to pay attention in case they need any additional assistance breaking out. Okay. Requested before 38.15. Or 10:30, 8:15. So I got 10 minutes. Smoke shells require. Okay, here. Marine garrison is. So I got 10 minutes. They actually give you a decent amount of time to prepare this. A lot of time. Marine garrison 9 shell. They demand smoke shells on K673. That's fine. Let's grab a smoke shell. Smoke shell. Here we go. But it's not quite a bit of fun. I have not played Foxhole in forever. I think it'd be kind of fun to play Foxhole again, but there's just like so many other games that are like out there that it's not really a thing for me anymore. I think I would have really enjoyed Foxhole when it, like, I think I enjoyed it when it was like really early in the game's lifespan, but nowadays I just like, I don't care enough. A673. Alright, well that's an easy enough firing solution. They want smokes, right? Okay, so that's at least 2. Just down to 14. Okay, and then we're going for 116, 12. So I don't have to rotate that much, thankfully. 116, 2. Let's get this bad boy in here. Captain, they're so dead if they reload the wrong shell. Don't worry, I'm pretty sure I loaded a smoke shell in there. Yeah, I loaded a smoke shell. Unless smoke actually stands for white phosphorus smoke, in which case I'm probably screwed. Hello there, Dameness. You want to try Calamity? Isn't Calamity dead? I thought the whole thing was that the Calamity mod is dead because one of the developers, if not the lead developer, was caught being a groomer, and so the people who were managing the project basically said, like, yeah, we're not supporting this project anymore. And I was like, oh boy. Apparently this is the second time it's happened to the mod's lifespan. It's funny, the cat's always there, so marker not by the shell speaker. Yeah, the cat doesn't care. I think the cat's just doesn't mind. Actually, wait, I have an idea. Where's the cat? Hold on. I'm gonna pick you up. I'm gonna put you like right here. Oh, okay, he doesn't stay on it. Okay, it would have been funny if he could stay on it and I want to see him like jump up. Alright, we're gonna go for 8-4. Okay, smoke 484, 1612. Seems to be good enough. Hopefully this is correct. Alright. You can in fact hold the cat, yes. Oops, hold on, shoot, no. Hold on, I didn't want to shoot you, get back here. There he is. Someone mentioned earlier that his paws look like human hands, and I can't stop looking at it. It's a little unnerving. Calamity no longer receives updates. Oh, is that what's happening now? Okay, got it. I don't play Terraria, that's an FYI. We've been marching for days now. Everyone has blisters except me. My mother knitted these socks for my 12th birthday. I miss her. I don't think the others like me very much, because I'm the one who isn't limping. The horizon keeps changing out there, but I can always see you in the distance. You're always there. Tomas. This is the second letter Tomas has left us. I'm a little concerned. Okay, so smoke on this position, sure. Smoke on left. Okay, so get rid of this. I think, oops, I accidentally deleted it. Okay, it's Marine Garrison number 2. I have 10 minutes to do this. They make this, they give you a lot of time to do these missions, which is kind of funny. Alright, and then we just have to launch a few smokes on K733, which is right there. Okay. Prepare a firing solution, should not be that difficult. Wrong way, I'm looking for 110-8. 2 shells, alright. Slam this in. Tomas, no trauma dumping in military letters. I think he wants to just tell us all about his life. Maybe he's actually our long lost secret commander or lover or something, and we just don't know it yet. Second time in our ROW is insane. Doesn't mean to activate the groom gene or something. Yes, the second time in a row is very concerning. That's why a lot of people are like, I can't believe this has happened again. I've seen, like, a lot of my friends do play Calamity because of, like, the sheer amount of content in it, and I'm like, I feel kind of bad because they basically can't play that mod anymore. But you can still play it. It's just active development's not really going to take place anymore. And, I mean, to be fair, isn't Terraria no longer an active development? I thought Terraria was just kind of dead already. Like, not really getting many updates anymore. Power corrupts. Oh yeah, it does. Just look at me. I'm a VTuber. I've absolutely been corrupted. powers that some would deem unimaginable. Like getting married, apparently. Okay, 44-2, 10-8. Okay, yep. Mission confirmed. Shell type is confirmed. Airing confirmed. Level elevation confirmed. Gun is armed. Let's go, kaboom. Oh, they did collab with Pal World? God, Pal World is collabing with anything. I really don't say that. Without any context, that sounds terrible. Oh my god. You can already change the cat. You can straight up customize the cat. I'm not even joking. Hold on. You can change like its hat. You can change how it looks. There's like a lot of different options. Change its eye color. Change its fur color. You got lots of choices how you want your little kitten to look. All right, mission complete. Thanks, we owe you one. All right. Breakout successful. The city held. I do not know what the papers will say tomorrow. I know what you did today. Thank you, Anton. You may stand down. Any elements are no longer objectives. We ask of you. Optional continued fire support is authorized at your discretion should you judge it worth your ordinance. Glory to Castile. I'm sorry, our name is Anton, apparently. So there's Anton, and then there is Tomas. Same human pause. Turn does not receive updates. Oh, okay, got it. It's one of those types of games like No Man's Sky where the devs just keep updating it for free forever and just keep randomly adding content when they feel like it. I should play No Man's Sky one day. I think it'd be kind of fun. Too lazy to actually pay for games though, so. Also, No Man's Sky is a survival crafter, and do I really need a survival crafter in my life when I could just play factory sims all day? I just want to play more factory sims. Factory sims are like my recent obsession. Update trailer for what? The traitors are divided. In Cartagena, November 2nd, 1927. Okay, no, it's still wrong. It still says April 28, 1928. But this news article is November 2nd, 1927. What is the actual date here? I don't know what's going on. Wait, is there another No Man's Sky update? I'm not even surprised at this point. With Cartagena liberated, the anti-monarchists have been cut cleanly in two, leaving their eastern and southern remnants to distrust one another in the crown's absence. Officials note this was in fact the plan all along. His Majesty the King extends his sympathies to the anti-monarchists now forced to conduct their treason without the convenience of a shared boudoir. For sale, lunch pails, now with shrapnel-resistant lid. Services family portraits. Capture your family today before circumstances change. Anchors away. I don't know why the dates are like all whack. That's really odd. Oh, hey! I actually got all of the objectives. Destroy a significant number of targets without requisitioning any aerial reconnaissance. Oh, because I use flash shells. That's so funny. Wait, I thought I did get one aerial reconnaissance. I'm pretty sure I did once. Wait, all use factor. I did actually do the minimum assets. That's actually kind of interesting. Move direction and a drill shell. Interesting. But if you're in the past reading the it's a news feature reading past. I don't know. It's really weird. What is this trailer? What is this? No Man's Sky 10th anniversary trailer. Oh my god. I guess Sean just refuses to let people forget that he messed up the release of No Man's Sky. And so he's always going to keep releasing free updates forever and ever to make up for what happened. Okay. The Gorge. The Iron Nest and its logistics convoy move through a mountain pass in Andalusia, bound for the Strait. Ooh. I will say the map is updating as we continue playing, so that is kind of neat to see. I think we can do one more mission, probably. Oh! Whoa! Are we under attack? That seemed a little ominous. Impact confirmed aft port side, armor held, pressure lines ruptured. Rerouting exterior lines now. Engines require manual restart. Additional systems may be affected. Nothing more we can fix from here. Glory to Castile. Enemy infantry destroyed. Moving to support. Weapons free. Column guard. Contact Northbridge taking fire. Oh! What is happening? Okay, there's a lot of firefighting happening outside. But I don't know where I don't even know where we're at. We see where they're killing things, which is great. Let's just restart the engine real fast. So you actually are required to do this manually. Okay, hold on. Okay, just get this to start, and then we have to reduce this ever so slightly. Okay, and then start this, pull back to run speed, and then this one as well, reduce this one to run. Perfect. Okay, so we're just gonna leave that there. Great. But do we actually not have... Oh! Interesting. Okay. No exact visual contact only, ridge clear. Okay, so at least we have a requisition thing, that's fine. Let's turn the engine on, please. Okay, column attack near L3. Escort, engage, and neutralize the initial wave of attackers. This was not an isolated activity. A forward enemy element holds the gorge bearing east of your position. Locate and destroy this element. Column will not proceed through the pass until it's cleared. No further intelligence has been compiled. Reconnaissance at your discretion. Be prepared to review status of the affected system. You are not expected to restore it. You're expected to complete the mission without it. Oh! I'm expected to complete this mission without this. Interesting. Oh. I like this. Okay, this is interesting. I don't get the calculator. All right. Okay, let's grab the relevant details that I need. Okay, so first and foremost, we got struck near L3, east of my position. We are at L309. Okay, so at least we have our position. That's good. We don't have the gun elevation calculator, so I have to basically figure it out on my own. Okay, get out of here, Vornklex. I need this. L303 or L309. Okay. L3. So we're down here in the gorge at 09, which is up here. Column was struck there. Neutralize. Okay. Bearing east of my position. So there's enemies somewhere over here. Okay. I'm not on a timer, right? So I'm allowed to figure this out however I want. Okay. Let's see. Let's try this out. So if it's bearing east of our position, let's see. Alright, let's try this. So let's do. Okay. So as long as there's no like hawkball torture, I should be fine. Okay. Let's fix up everything as best as we can. Okay. Well, this will stop at 83. We'll play this carefully. I could just use aerial reconnaissance, but I kind of feel like using a star shell. Let's use a star shell. Because it's also way cheaper and doesn't cost me as much money. So let's get a star shell out here. And we'll use this to kind of figure out where we're going. Actually, let's get 2 star shells. Oopsies, I should not have hard stopped that. That's fine. Let's get a second star shell out here. So we can try to shoot at multiple distances. So I think what I'll do is let's do this at 1 charge. And then we'll do the other one at 2 charges. And that should give me enough vision immediately east of myself to figure out what I'm gonna do. I'm aiming in this general direction here because it says the targets are towards our east, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna fling a star shell around this area, then I'm gonna fling another one slightly further away. We'll probably just link them in their distances and should be fine. But we'll have this one be at 2 shells. Yeah, no, I read the mission briefing. I was paying attention. Let's crank this down to 83.5. Look at that. Look at that beautiful mountainside that is not relevant to us. Do we have any music that we can listen to kind of add some drama? Nope. It's just all more marches. All right. I can't believe it's a shocker that I read things. I can't believe this. All right, well, if they're both using the same amount of, they both have different powders, so I think we'll just do 30, so 30 will probably, for 1 powder, probably 1.5. Let's crank to 35. Surprisingly enough, I am actually a well-read individual, despite the fact that I say words incorrectly a lot of the times. I am actually competent at the English when it matters occasionally. All right. This should be fine because they both have different amounts of powder. Alright, let's do the Mega Boom. Let's see what we get. These shells are not going to be going super far, but I am kind of curious to see how far they will go with the distance that I've kind of plotted out. So this is with one charge on the left one. Oh, is it even further? Okay, all right. So there's our targets. I shot them at the same elevation because they both had, because one had one powder charge and the other had two powder charges. So I knew the second one was going to go further anyways. So it saves me one powder charge. Yeah. Okay, so that's not too bad. Let's see here. How do I want to murder them? So if I use an HCCE, the problem is I don't have a way to be super accurate with this. But if I just use incendiary, it's just easier if I aim with a Hold on. What do I have access to? Hold on. So I got a drill shell, blind loaded practice shell, concrete inertia, minimal effective radius. Okay, so so it's like a ranging shell. Okay, so I think that's just like a range, yeah, it's like a drill. Yeah, see, it's like a drill, as in like a training shot. So you can use this to range your shot and like kind of figure out like what you're aiming. So I think since we don't have a way to gauge things, okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna load drills in each of them first. Yeah, but unfortunately, I don't have like a detailed formula that I can utilize to calculate what I need to calculate. That's really the main problem. If I had a formula, that'd be great, but I don't have a formula. Let's use the HG shells here. I think we just use... Yeah, I think this will work fine. Is there an actual formula? Otherwise, I'm just going to range it with the drill shell. I think ranging with the drill shell is probably okay for now. I mean, I know that there's this ballistic thing that gives you a general idea, like the max ranges. Because I know that only goes up to like max 0.5, and this is about what? Let's see, this is ranging at 5.4. At max elevation. Well, max elevation puts you at 60, so you just divide it in half, so like what, 30 would get you... So like 30, so 30 would just leave you exactly at halfway. Is that basically it? Let's see here. So I need to plot a shot here. It's almost direct 90. We're using HECE. So I want one shot right around there. Just basically almost 90 degrees. Max range over max degrees, distance per degree of elevation. Oh, that's what you mean. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Sometimes I brain fart. Okay, so I think what we do, I think we need like 3 shots to knock all these out. Yeah, I think this is a 3-shot event. Let's see. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, in that case, hold on. Let me grab a calculator real quick. Hold on. Let me literally grab my phone. Let me a second. I'm gonna pull up a calculator because I'm gonna need this right now. Okay, so hold on. What are we arranging? So I'm gonna need 2 charges minimum, so it's 10. So so 10 kilometers. Divide that by 60 degrees of elevation is 0.16 kilometer per degree. I need to shoot, let's say the first one at 90 degrees, 1.22. So I would divide. No, so then I would take. Divide that by 1, or divide that by 0.16666. So I'd be looking at 30 degrees, so 31 degrees. So let's see. I think I have a drill. Let's see. I have a drill shell. Let's test this out real quick. Let me make sure my math. Let me make sure my math is mathing correctly. I also need to buy more powder charges. Just buy a few of these. Powder charges are cheap, thankfully. Are they shared? They are shared. Okay, got it. So that's nice. So we're gonna do 2. But yeah, I'm ranging for the closer one, which is the bottom one at 90 degrees. 55. Actually, we'll just do this exactly like 89.7. I'm not gonna question the math of it. So 89.7 is gonna be our angle. Yeah, I was ranging for the lower one. So my math says this should be 31. Yeah, I got 31.32. That was the number that I got on my calculator. Interesting. Okay, let's just make sure this ranges correctly. We're just gonna do a test shot. This is not an explosive shot. This is a very basic shot. Just make sure. Don't want to waste the high-end ammunition. We can use the Garbo munitions to make sure this lands correctly. Okay. Is that on the point that I wanted? Yes. Okay, perfect. So that's exactly what I want. Okay, so in that case, let's quickly load in the bigger kaboom shells. We don't need the drill shells anymore. I don't think that's actually needed. Hello, Charles Darles. Welcome aboard, comrade. Let's throw that in there. They're only doing 3 shots, and that should be enough to knock out this entire line. So that should be fine. We are on this level. HE. Okay, so we're gonna need. Okay. So we'll slam these 2 in there. Yeah, 60 degrees is max range for this. For all intents and purposes, this 60 is max range. Okay, so I need to pull out my calculator real fast again to get the correct elevation. The angle's correct, so it's my calculator. So we're looking at 6.97. Divide that by point. What was it again? 666. Okay, so 1666. So I'm looking at 43 for one of them, and then the other one's probably. Actually, they're both about 43. No. One. So I'm almost at 43. And then the other one I'm looking to adjust to 594. So that. 4.94. Oh boy. And then am I doing this right? Oh wait, I put the decimal in the wrong spot. I'm an idiot. 5.94. So I'm looking at 35 for the other one. So this one's actually almost correct. This one just needs to be 35.65. And then what did I say what the other number was? I'm looking at 697 puts me at 4183. So I just need to adjust this down a little bit for 4183. So yep. Okay, that should be fine. Okay, my math says this should be correct, and this should hit. Oh, I should have. This is gonna hit the back too, not the front one, because I kind of forgot about the front one. Even though I literally arranged for that front one earlier, so this should be fine. They're both using super high explosive shells. Left cannon ready, right cannon ready, and delicious. Love it. All right, let's do that, and let's get another shell in. I think I only need one more. Let's see if I did this right. So I should expect one here, and I should expect the other one over here. Good. That's dead. And then this should kill those 4. Fantastic. Okay, so there's still a few more we gotta do. Okay. So let's see. So these 2 are done. So I need to do the last. Okay, so I also need to get this last one out here, which is about here. I'm not even gonna. I don't have to aim it that well. Okay, so we can still only rely on 2. Okay, so let's see. I put a star shell. Okay, so I need this one now. The right cannon needs one. Thankfully, it's all. I will say it is a lot easier that that they've made it very. It's like, oh, it's all in the same direction. That's all in the same bearing. Just go 90 degrees and call it a day. So I'm like, that's at least makes it a little easier. So jam that in there. Jam that bad boy in there. Yeah, there's a decent amount of guardrails to help you out if you don't know what you're doing, which I appreciate. Do this for the glory of Castile. Alright, we got HE in each of these. That's bearings perfectly fine. I need to pull out my calculator again. Okay, so my calculation method is okay, so we're using two charges each, so you know it's max range of 10 kilometers. You take the oh my god, it's so loud, I don't know if you can hear me. Take the max range of how many powder charges you're plugging in, divide by 60, that's the kilometers per degree, and then you divide the distance that you're looking for by that number. So in this case, since we're using 2 charges, that's max range of 10 kilometers. 10 divided by 60 gets you 0.166 per, so 0.166 kilometer per mile, or per degree. So then you just have to take your distance and divide by 0.166 to get your actual angle that you need. So in this case, for example, I'm going to divide we're going to divide 5.22 by 166, which will get us the first angle, which is going to be the left. It doesn't really matter which one. We'll do it on the right one because it'll be 31.33 is what my calculator says. And then for the second one, it's 8.30. Divide that by the same value of 0.166, which gets us an angle of 49.8. We'll just crank this up a little bit. They're both on the same bearing, so I don't have to change anything about that. 49.81. Let's do 49.82. We'll round up a little bit. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this. 82. Perfect. And then 49.82, 31.33. Okay, so I should be able to just bing, bang, 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 boom. All right. Prepare. And if we watch this is aiming for this stack here. There's like 2 here that need to die. And it's going to aim for this big stack in the back. And that should kill all of them. But we'll find out real quick. Let's see if I did this right. Yep, okay, so that eliminated a good chunk of them. Perfect, alright. Oh, we even hit an extra one in the back there. Looks like, here are these kill tokens. What did I actually kill? Hold on. Oh, whatever I got. It's kind of nasty. Similar to you took distance, subtracted the reference distance in your book from the range. Divide like you did for the meters and add the... Oh, okay, so you just added to a reference book. Okay. Or element neutralize. Oh, here we go, we win. That's it. Okay. We may also keep firing at more things in the back, but there's not really much left in the back. We kind of killed everything, so... Mission complete. That was not too bad. All right. The math was mathing, which was great. So yeah, you actually... Wait, hold on. Wait, so I don't have to use the stupid calculator anymore. I can probably just quickly math it on an actual calculator instead. That's actually... Wait, that's actually kind of crazy. I need to make a reference document. Because it's a lot easier than spinning dials to get to what I need. The iron nest stands unbroken, despite a sustained ambush involving what witnesses describe as everything the enemy had. The iron nest sustained no damage of any kind, no dents, no scorching, and no chip paint, and no cause whatsoever for concern. Army engineers report the fortress is, if anything, structurally improved by the experience. The Hindenburg celebrates its 100th crossing. The dates are still a mess on this. Degenerates were at Bearing 270. Oh, there were more. Okay. No, that was it. So I think a lot of the enemies are what's it called? Very like it's a little randomized. So I actually did hit everything apparently. Particular kills against fire missions. Little propaganda. So the reason I do put the bearing when I was doing the machine to calculate primarily more if I'm plotting like if I'm plotting 4 or more fire missions at once. I do use the bearings so I can keep track of which fire mission needs to be done, you know, so I can angle it correctly. And I even put like the correct shell so that I know which one I have to do. I unlocked an LE shell, low capacity, medium capacity, low grade explosive shell, small blast radius, an LE shell, low explosive. Forward observers get intel on the nearest enemy. Yeah, those anti-monarchists aren't very smart. It is a little late though. I don't think I can do this next mission. The Rock of Gibraltar. A cruiser lies at anchor in Gibraltar Harbor. Her crew asleep and the night otherwise quiet. High Command has ordered her destruction on time. Interesting. So we're here to destroy a cruiser. Unfortunately, it is a little late, and I do have things that I have to do, like get ready to go to sleep. So I think what we'll do is we'll try to continue this at some point. Probably next week. We'll probably just resume this on Tuesday for one more day, finish up the campaign, and I think that'll probably be a good way to approach this game. Let's see. Yeah, if you want, I'm kind of curious what reference book you're referring to. Send one big guy with a plasma torch to infiltrate the milk crap. So I think what we'll do is, yeah, we'll probably finish this next week. Tomorrow I gotta finish the Fire Emblem run. I think we got 2 more streams for Fire Emblem, and then we're finally free from the Fire Emblem run, which has been kind of a long-running disaster. I like Fire Emblem a lot, but that run has been taking a lot longer than it needs to. And so we'll probably do it one more. And then who am I raiding today? I don't know who to raid. Let's see. I don't know who Chromo is. Could raid Blue, I guess. Who's playing Pal World? Sure. Raid Blue. Okay. Never mind, Blue's ending stream too. That's really funny. Bad timing. Let's see, who's on the Iron Nest category? Let's just see who's in the Iron Nest category. That's a you can post it in games and just put like what's it called, some descriptor saying like, hey, this is a thing. Oh, hey, I've seen this person before. Sure, let's raid Almontis VT. That's probably fine. All right, that's probably good. All right, so I am gonna go get ready to go to bed because I am tired. It is late and I need sleeps. So thank you for joining on the Iron Nest, and thank you to Alana for gifting this game so we were able to play it together on stream. Truly an experience. I'll be back tomorrow with Fire Emblem, and Thursday I haven't decided if we're doing that. What is that game from? What's the game from Hooded Horse? Corsair Cove, or we might do Zomboid. I think people want to see Zomboid, so we'll probably end up doing Zomboid. So just keep in mind that's what we'll end up doing likely. Anyways, hope you all have a good sleep. Thank you again for joining. I like this game a lot. It's a lot of fun. Very cool stuff. Very big kabooms. My ears are probably going to have mild amounts of tinnitus, and that's probably not a good thing, but it was cool. It felt really real. Now imagine this with a Dolby speaker system with like a super powered subwoofer. Oh god, that must be an experience. Anyway, say hello to Almontis. He's playing the funny game too. All right, goodbye. And, oh yeah, and the force feedback. Oh lord, I can't wait for PVVK. When PVVK comes out, that's gonna be crazy. All right, goodbye, good night, and thanks for joining.